Hello everybody out there in the internet, welcome to Aimless Babble Z episode 378. I'm Chris Adams, Taking Master, joined by
RPG Maniaco 5
and Trioptical.
So yeah, we've got some much from playing a middle segment where we actually don't have the details, we just have the name of I'm happy to be alive. Doop doop doop.
AKA Doomsday Preppers.
What?
Because how you survive is the only way that matters.
I don't know if we have news, I didn't ask, but hey, whatever, we can do it live or not, because we can be like, whatever. Well, I mean, actually, there's some stuff that happened that we need to talk about. I'm not going to talk about it now, because it's going to be a surprise.
Ooh,
or not,
cryptic.
because some of it's old. But
Spoilers.
Okay.
I like so when we get cryptic.
So, moving on to what we've been playing. Starting with me. On the handhelds, yeah. So, I did finally get my 2DS, so I did that. Funny story. So, I go in, and I'm all like, I got my silver headset, 'cause it's a torture device on my ears, and I'm like, I want to get rid of this and trade it in. And I got my old smartphone that I no longer use, and I'm trying to trade that in. And he's looking up all the stuff for it, and like plugs it into the thing, and does all this stuff. And he's like, oh, don't take these. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then like, you know, the amount of time that took, there's like 2 people in line behind me. He like doesn't even like ask me about my headset. I was like, what the F? Whatever. And I get home and I'm like, crap, I had a $25 gift card. And then like, yeah. So it's like I had a $25 gift card. I could have like just had even less, as cheap as the 2DS is, like paid even less for it. And I was like, wow, I completely blanked on that. I thought I was all ready to go to GameStop and get that transaction and get all this crap I don't need off my hands. It backfired and I saw that stupid torture device and the useless smartphone. So, you know, that's why I guess chalk it up to why I never traced it and just never works out, whatever, anyway. But, yeah, I got 2DS and then Metroid Samus Returns. Oh, I gotta say, definitely check it out if you are either new to the series or have not played one, because they made it very, that word I can't think of for newcomers, approachable, or whatever word that's similar to that, but not that. Because you get this ability early on where you can push down on the D-pad in A or up in A. One of the buttons in A, or up and down, is not left and right. And then it's a scanny thingy, and then it basically just like scans a giant grid of stuff and tells you like what's where on the map. And then later on, after you unlock some more of the map, or you've progressed after killing some Metroids, which is what this game's all about. It's pretty cool because there's like a little counter. Because at first I didn't know like what it was, or, like why it's on your HUD, and it's like 20. It's pretty high actually. I'm not sure if it's in the 80s or 20s. I think it's. I don't know what it is. I'll report back next week with just how many. But it's a lot of effing Metroids that you have to kill, and I was like, oh man, this is gonna be a long, fantastical adventure with Samus just hunting down the Metroids. And there's this. Oh, and there's this sweet prologue too of like, you know, stuff goes down in Metroid 1, and you beat the space pirates, you kill Mother Brain, but then the space pirates are like, oh yeah, well, we're not going to go down like that. We're going to keep looking for these Metroids and do experiments on them. And then the Space Federation's like, oh yeah, we're going to spin in our space teams, and they're going to get some, you know, some intel on where they're at, if they're still on that SR-388 facility. And then they didn't report back. So even though our team's dead, we know where they're at. So Samus, go do your thing. Come on. Ah, it was great. I mean, that wasn't like exactly what it was said, but it was all like, you know, they all set up Samus to like, you know, be the lady that goes in when stuff with the Metroids goes down, because she's the only one that's got the stuff to do it, the right stuff and stuff. So yeah, that's cool.
The right stuff.
It's weird though, because it uses the analog stick, and I don't really like it. I was like, oh man, I want to use the D-pad, but I was like pushing the D-pad, and I was like not moving, and I was like, oh no, but I'm just getting used to that. Because I have to hold it differently.
Likes the D.
Shut up. And then my hands are all feeling weird because it's like, I don't know. I mean, the form factor is fine. It's just my pinkies are, I don't know. There's nothing wrong with my pinkies. It's just I'm still getting used to it. Kind of. I'm mostly used to it now, but it just still feels a bit off compared to the D-pad, which is what I prefer. And yeah, you got like this light laser sight on your thingy to aim, and then you got, you know, your missiles, your morph ball, and you get like quite a bit of thingies at the beginning as far as power-ups and stuff, and it's nice. And it's like, oh man, I'm progressing pretty quickly. And then like with the little grid scanner thingy on the map I was talking about, it's very approachable. That's Is that the word I want to use? Whatever. Anyway, it's nice. It's nice.
Intuitive,
Comfortable.
maybe?
Did you just say exfoliating?
What?
What did you?
Did I say exfoliating?
What did you two just say? Something Ian.
He said accessible, and I just said I forgot what I said.
Oh,
but
it is accessible.
It was
I thought you said exfoliating, so I was like, what?
exfoliate. What? Why would that be?
Exfoliatable.
I don't know. I just thought I heard something with the or ah, and I was like, but then I thought that was the word, and I was like, what? So it threw me off. But yeah,
I'm doing drugs.
accessible.
It's not
That's
healthy.
that is it. Yeah, good times, and oh yeah, and there's like this whole counterattack thingy where you have to like watch your enemy's movements, and they'll give off like a tell, but you have to like time it perfectly, and you can just like do that and attack them. It's great. It's great. It feels great. And like you can even do it when you're clean on ledges and stuff, and it does like this different animation. It's like, oh, and it's like, yeah, it looks good. It looks good. It looks very nice. And it's like, oh man, it's just great to be back in the Metroid universe, which I have missed and stuff. Even if Amazon put the special edition back in stock after I bought the game, whatever, no big deal. Whatever, no big
He's
deal.
not bitter about that at all.
I totally just got the digital version, so it doesn't matter. So going all digital. So F it. And that, oh wow, I just realized I didn't put up the image of it while I've been talking about the game. My bad. Yeah, we've been like off for a couple weeks because of
Natural disasters.
natural disasters and emergencies. So
Yeah, I almost died twice, guys.
twice?
I'm a survivor.
How do you almost
Well-
die twice, RPG?
Remember, I had like a stomach infection like the week before the hurricane hit.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I was like slowly dying for the past couple of weeks. It's super fun. It wasn't fun, guys. Said the narrator. It was in fact not fun at all.
Yeah, and then like RPG was like MIA because like RPG podcast time, and then we got these like weird cryptic updates on social media of RPG telling his story about
Not weird. Amazing.
slowly
It should be a
dying.
novel.
I guess technically that counts as me almost dying 3 times because it could have been dehydration too after that. So it's been a fun few weeks. It's been a fun few weeks.
Surprising RPG did not have his gaming instincts kick in and like go explore the area and try to loot things. I mean, not like loot stuff.
Because they were
like
arresting
that.
people.
I'm just saying,
and that would have been the 4th time I almost died. So wanna avoid that. 'Cause,
Dire situations call for dire solutions. Just like
And besides, no one had anything, so it would have been pointless.
oh well, there you go. Never mind then. Maybe yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully, because we're not out of the woods yet. No more crazy storms in hurricane season. But I guess we'll see, because hottest year ever. That
They're
never
trying to
stops.
kill us.
Never stops. Never ends. So yeah, Metroid Prime, good stuff. What else have I been
In
playing?
the darkest timeline.
Oh yeah. Okay. So besides that, I don't. Wait, no, that's not why. That's not why that's there. That was Tropical playing that, not me. So I picked up, or I didn't pick up. But I picked back up where I was at in Hellblade, and I finished it, and it was great.
Yay.
And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And after
What was
watching,
the ending like?
it was
was
very
it-
schizophrenic.
Was it weird and
was weird.
made you question
But
things
it was
about your own
great.
sanity?
Well, not mine, just the character in question that you play as. But they have a total sequel hook, so I'm totally hoping that there's
Ooh.
more. After
Well, crazy
this.
never ends. So,
It's not the
I
end.
guess.
But it's cool to like play it and then like watch the behind the scenes featurette thingy about the whole mental illness stuff that they did to like research it and put it in the game. And yeah, it definitely does connect as far as like all the weirdness that happens as far as like when I was playing, I was just like thinking to myself like this is weird or whatever, and then I'm like, oh, okay, well, good job Ninja Theory, because I was all like, some parts I was like, what's going on, or this is weird, and then after that it's like, oh, that's why that is like that. Okay, makes sense, haha. All the colors and the sensations and the voices. Oh, there's also this stealth section RPG, so you might not be able to play this game. 'Cause it's like there's a weird stealth section. It's pretty cool though, 'cause it's super intense, and there's like no. I mean, there's like this part. There's like one part, not the whole section, but there's like one part where it's completely pitch black, and it's like you can't even see, and you have to like use. They do this like really good way of like directing you through the level. It's pretty cool.
Why
It's very
do
like
developers
sonar,
hate me so much? Why?
Daredevil style. It's pretty cool. And then there's this part. There's this really annoying part though, where you get like this like thing. You're like running from fire. Well, you're not running from fire, but the sensation is like you're running from fire or this fire creature thing. And then you can't touch it or you die in one hit, and it's like what? So that was kind of lame, but whatever. And yeah, I made it through the game without like losing all my lives. But apparently, like Gamer said, you gotta die a lot. Because I was like, my arm got like the whole rot, or not the whole arm, but like the first half from like the elbow to the hand was like rotted. Everything else was cool, but I died like 5 times. Oh wait, I don't know how many exactly, but I think I'd say like 5 times maybe. So you probably have to die like a lot, like Gamer said, to like lose all your lives and get your save wiped.
Get your save deleted.
But I kind of want to see like what would happen if that happens, just to see if there's like a cool cutscene or something. Because yeah.
Well, you've beaten it now, so you might as well just go ahead and try it and see.
Or look it up on YouTube. Oh, so much easier.
Or look it up on YouTube. There's always that.
But yeah, the combat was very enjoyable, and the boss fights were pretty cool and intense and enjoyable. And yeah, I did enjoy it all the way through. Oh yeah, and like the River of Souls, I don't know if it's called the River of Souls. There's a stage where you go to the underworld. Well, you don't go to the underworld, but you're in this like area with all these corpses and bodies and souls. It is like super well done, just like awesome level design, over 9,000, and just it made me feel like I was in hell, because I was like, dude, this is so cool. Like you see all these like bodies piled up on each other, but they're like morphed together to be all they're very like grotesque figures, and it's just really cool. And then like, you go through like some of these hallways and these arms sticking out, and it reminds me of that scene in the Labyrinth when like they're like, you want to go up or go down, but it's like not a very fun, playful type of go up, go down. It's just like we're reaching through the walls to get you and kill you. So that's super cool.
That can be fun.
And it was pretty awesome. But yeah, and it was super cool because like they did all this stuff with the Norse mythology. Like there's all these stones or these runes or all these thingies that you can like interact with, and they tell you a story. And then there's like this one chapter where you could like hear the story of Baldur, and it's so tragic. It was so cool, but like you hear it like everything you get or every rune you get to, it tells you a bit of the story, and like you get a bit of the story and you get a bit of the story, and it's like, ooh, what's the next part? What's the next part? What's the next part? And then you get to the end, and it's like, oh, that was sad.
Oh,
but
do
man,
tell.
It was pretty cool.
Do tell, Tekken, this story about Baldur.
Baldur was like one of the sons of Odin, and then there was a prophecy or some vision some lady had, and she told his mom, your son's gonna die. And then his mom was like, oh no.
Yeah, she made him invincible and made everything promised not to kill him. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. He ended up getting killed anyway because LOLs, and then, yeah. We all know the story.
RBG, gosh. But I was gonna tell a story, and you already told it. Jeez, thanks for nothing.
Everyone knows the story of Baldur.
I didn't know the story of Baldur. It was great. I was like, wow, I've never heard the story before. That was awesome. And then there's this part at the end where like they have to burn his body or something, and something goes bad, and it's like, oh no, even in death even in his death procession stuff goes down, and they had issues, and he couldn't even have that. Thanks, Loki, you jerk.
Yeah, I was just about to
all ruining stuff.
I don't know about it because of Loki. He's kind of jerky.
But yeah, it's pretty cool because like they have like the whole thing where they set it up as like you're just like a lowly human, but then you get this sweet sword that can kill gods, and it's like, oh man. But then well, I'm not gonna say what happens, but stuff goes down, and then the sequel hook at the end is like, oh man, that would be cool if they did that thing. It's like man, they really set it up to be like super awesome. If like, please help Blade Senior Sacrifice sell a lot of copies, because if you don't get a sequel, I'm gonna be a bit sad about that, because that was a pretty cool premise that they set it up to be what you would be doing. I guess just a little hint, it would be like the Goddess of War, but not the God of War, so that was pretty cool. So
ooh.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh.
Or I guess the crazy Goddess of War, but whatever. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Well, there are a couple of crazy gods out there, so.
There's already a Goddess of War.
Isn't that
there
Hera?
is. There's several of them, actually.
Something polytheism, whatever. There probably is. Anywho, next game I played. What was the next game I played? Oh yeah. Okay, so I played after I got done with everybody's golf, and I got stuck in Hellblade, and I was like, man, I had no what to play. I need to play something so I don't get in a game mood. And then I played XCOM 2, and I gotta say, I forgot how brutal XCOM was, because after they took my training wheels off in the tutorial section, I party wiped in the first mission. I was like, wow, I am not ready for this. And it was on the default difficulty. It was like, maybe I should just turn it down a bit, because I guess, I just didn't like see it in like the PR materials or like the release materials. Like maybe the game they made it that much harder and challenging, because they're like, you know what, our fans like this. Let's give it to them more and bend them that far over. But I was like, Tekken wasn't ready to be bent over, and yeah, thanks XCOM to you, because you did that to me.
It's too late.
And I did not enjoy it, and it was too late. And then I was like, you know what, whatever, I'll just keep grinding it out. And I forgot in this game you can't grind it out because you just keep getting stomped into the ground and stomped and stomped and stomped. And so we're at like halfway on the Avatar Project bar going up, and it's like, oh, okay, it's cool, not everything's too bad. And then our flying fortress got shot down, and it's like, oh no, you have to stop this thingy so we don't die. And I was like, wow, this is going really badly. Maybe we should just start over. But I was like, dude, I'm already invested in this playthrough. I have like over 5 hours or something. I would not like to start over. That is like the loser's way out, Tekken. So you better finish the fight, Tekken. So I just ended up trying to reload a bunch of saves, and like it wasn't going good. I was like, yeah, XCOM, you.
I mean, don't be discouraged. I mean, the early parts are a bit, because it's like it kind of throws a bunch at you at once, and you kind of have to just like, if you can weather through it, you can like once you start getting like mid game and stuff, then it's like, okay, I can do this. So.
And then some of the mechanics I was kind of like thrown off by, because like on the ghost thingy, or like when you have the thing before you can like attack or get the first hit, but then after the first hit they get like alert or whatever. It's like I wasn't sure if I was supposed to go into Overwatch on everybody and then like attack one person, or just how I was. But then I figured it out, and it's like, okay, but it's kind of weird, especially when you accidentally go into their line of sight, because you can only see so far. That is really annoying when that happens, because I was like, oh man, I had this perfect ambush set up, and it's like, whoopsie, I went a bit like 1 pound too far, and it's like, now I'm in the exclamation mark square. It's like, really, effing really, like whatever. So
basically, yes.
That kept happening too, and I was like, yeah. And then they added turrets, and it's like, oh, why did they add turrets? I don't know, but they did, and now I'm about to die. Yay. Oh, this mech unit has rocket launchers on its back as well as a sweet machine gun? Well, that would have been good to know the first time I encountered it. Whatever. Oh, and because my units are so close, clumped together, they're all gonna die. Yippee. So,
horribly.
Yeah. Had a bunch of situations like that as far as like getting souls in a not souls game. Thanks XCOM to you. I didn't want to ask for that. And yeah, it was not a fun time. So I was like, you know what? I've had enough of this, and I'm just not going to play anything. And then Final Fantasy 9 came out, and it was like, Tekken, in the darkest timeline, we will throw your ray of light. Because I didn't know it was coming out. And I was like, oh man, it's one of my favorite Final Fantasies. And I was like, dude, I will take that game all day, every day, especially when they're going to put on PS4 so I can share button it. I share buttons and stuff. And I was like, oh yeah. And yeah, I started Final Fantasy 9 again. It's almost like I just played this on Vita, but hey, who cares? It's on PS4 now. It's like the PC version, but better, because I had a share button. And I was streaming it, and I was share buttoning, and I was like, oh man. And then like every time you get a party member, they have this like sweet profile picture, and I was like, oh, it's so cool. And then yeah, share buttoning that. I haven't tweeted it out yet, but I will. I'm just gonna like have all this stuff saved up, and after I finish the game, I'll be like, make it rain! How sweet is Final Fantasy 9? This sweet, everybody! Woo! Make it just tsunami Final Fantasy 9, because that's how much it rains when it's awesome. I guess that doesn't make sense, because rain comes from the sky and tsunami is from the sea. Whatever. It was a analogy, Tekken style. It happens, alright?
It's a very bad one.
I can't help it my Tekkenese, because it kicks in and just doesn't make sense. But that's just the way it happens, okay? Besides that is all I've been playing.
Should we feel ashamed that we spent all these years and we still don't understand Tekkenese?
Kind of true when you think about it. It's like you'd think by now we kind of have a general idea. Or maybe he just keeps changing the dialect so much that it just makes it impossible to actually decode, even if you want to.
The language is evolving faster than people can keep up with.
Basically, yes.
Oh no! Alright, so yeah, it's been many weeks, and big games have come out since then, and I observed before the podcast that not podcasting seems to have I've relapsed and I bought a whole bunch of stuff that I haven't played.
We're his power limiter. We're his power limiter.
Like I am surrounded by Destiny toys.
Oh,
I got
really
a Saladin and two little Shaxx things that I think are really cool because I like Crucible, and so well,
Like that's Tropical's reason. I like Crucible, so I bought some
I like
Destiny
Crucible,
figures.
so I bought all these toys.
Wouldn't you just play Crucible if you liked Crucible?
It makes too much sense, Tropical or Tekken. Makes too much sense. You can't.
Not if you're Tropical.
But yeah, so Destiny 2 came out and started playing that. My brief assessment of the game is it is basically all the same stuff as Destiny 1, but they've like put it together in a way that's just so much better that everything feels better. So, like at its core, the shooting and stuff, that's all pretty much the same. They changed like the weapons around, and I think they did it for balance in the Crucible. Like the cool part about Destiny is your character is your character, and they're sort of the same whether they're playing PvE or PvP. And I think in Destiny 1 they had a hard time there, where it was like, okay, we want them to be able to use these weapons in both scenarios, but people are just using this one weapon and it's wrecking everyone. And it's like, so that's not cool. So they had to do like nerfs, and like shotguns were eventually like different in Crucible than they were in PvE. And in this one, they moved like all of the one kill type weapons into their own slot. It's basically the heavy slot now. So anything that can kill someone with one hit, you have very limited ammo in the Crucible. And so, well, okay, so that's like Crucible stuff, but like in general, it's just like in Destiny 1, you would hit like a light level cap, and you'd just be not the hard cap. It would be like a soft cap where you're just there. And it's like, okay, how do I get past this? Like, well, the game expects you to play
Run strikes is the answer to that one.
over the next few months or whatever.
Tekken knows.
And by random chance, sometimes you get the things you need, and then eventually, by random chance, rolling the dice over and over again, you will get to where you want to be.
Unless there's those Vault Glass boots. You wouldn't see that for over 6 months. Just saying. Unless you're not taking. Just saying. Because I didn't see those for a long time.
LOLs.
A long time.
But yeah, in this one, so far, I've only encountered one point where it felt like I don't know what to do. Like, there's nothing I can do actively right now. I just have to hope that I'm lucky. And that was between 265 and 270. Because like you're light. Like everything you do eventually build up your character. And they've just like added a whole bunch of ways for you to do that. There's like lots of different opportunities to get gear that is appropriate to advancing your character until you get to 265. And at 265 there's a point where it's just like a lot of those avenues get closed off, and they're all 265 capped until you get to 270. And so at that point, like, I was just like trying to get past 265, and it was just like taking a long time. But then so that was the only part where I was like, okay, luck, yes, no. Luck, yes, no. And then, just like over and over and over, and then finally I was like, okay, finally got to 270. And at that point, what happens is that sort of soft cap on all those avenues to get to higher levels, they open up again, and they start dropping at 270. And then you can get everything to 270 fairly rapidly, I think. and then, as your average power across all of your weapons and gear goes up, like that drop basically from each of the vendors and things, like that keeps going up. And then you get to 280, and then you can do a thing. You can buy mods for all of your gear, and the like legendary mods give you +5 to whatever that gear is. So you get like this quick jump from 280 to something beyond that, and yeah, then it's just like it's just way smoother than the first game. The first game really was, oh, I'm just stuck here. And stuck here, and stuck here. And then you either get lucky and get unstuck, or Bungie announces something, and then you just like... Or, if you're like casual, then it's like, you never even saw that friction, because Bungie announced something, and now the vendors just sell those things. So now you're just like, oh, I can't get past that. I'll just go buy gear from the tower.
I'll buy my way out. Because money, dear boy, money.
It wasn't even expensive. It's like... cost what, Glimmer? Yeah, anyway, it was not the smoothest experience, and like this one, as far as like progression feels a lot smoother and a lot less aggravating, and story is I guess,
does it exist?
Well, you know how like Destiny 1's story is basically, this thing happens. Or no, it's like you come into the world, there is a mystery, not really solved.
Okay, are we talking about like Destiny 1 vanilla year 1, or like Taken King or Rise of Iron? Because that's like, or as a like whole.
Year 1 vanilla.
Because year 1 is kind of just like, oh hey dude, oh I'm a stranger, I'm not gonna say what I'm doing, whatever, oh go do that thing. Oh, hey, you're the Orc
And then it's just like, I'll see you around.
Oh, give me the Gaylord's Eye. Here's Gaylord's Eye. Okay, go to Mars, do some stuff. Oh, there's some god thing. Oh, you killed it. Oh, right. It's a great day for pretty speeches and blah, blah, blah. I'll see you around, but I won't see you around because I'm a liar. I'm a stranger and a liar, and you'll never see me again. And she never showed back up.
I live my life.
And she's like, hey, here's a pulse rifle. And it's like, oh, thanks for nothing. Whatever. Destiny 1.
I mean, I guess when you think about it, the story of Destiny 2 is kind of exactly like that.
Oh,
like, not...
good to hear, Choptical. Good to hear, because I'm never playing it.
The only difference is, like, in Destiny 1, the thing that you ultimately end up facing was just sort of like, you happen across it. It wasn't threatening you or anything, and it doesn't feel like it's threatening anything. Whereas, like, the antagonist in Destiny 2 actually is a...
jerk face?
Is, like... literally threatening you.
It was weird because I like the only things I've seen in like the Destiny campaign were like the beginning and end, so I haven't seen like any of the middle stuff, or like except for like some of the strikes, or not the strikes, but like the missions where it's like you get Cade, or like I haven't seen like any specific like any of like the cool or like not cool stuff, like any stuff like specific stuff like the Cade thing where it's like you have Felsafe guiding you to him. So it's like I saw like the beginning, that weird part, some of the weird parts in the middle of like nothing like I can remember that's like super specific, and then like the end, and I was like, oh well, whatever.
Yeah, like the story, like the plot is similarly simple like Destiny 1, but the story feels better just because they gave everyone things to say, and like there are characters. So, Zavala, like who is Zavala in Destiny 1? It's like, well, he's the Titan he's the Titan guy, and that's that's kind of it. Like, you don't really know these people at all.
He's just the guy that talks to you during strikes. Is like, yeah, do that thing, Guardian. Yeah. Do that thing, you.
Yeah.
Or
in Destiny
he gives
2,
you fun armor that's useless.
In Destiny 2, it's like, yeah,
he's also a vendor.
He's a character.
Think you uses crap.
He feels the loss of the tower, and like you sort of you know more about them.
Do you really, Choptical? Do you really like know more about them? Or
They're
is it just
more
like,
fleshed out. They're more fleshed out.
I'm so sad.
They're definitely
Our
more
tower's
fleshed out.
destroyed. Our guardian's dead. We don't have any light. And then you get the light back, and they're like, "Oh, we made a new tower. Whatever, deeds. We're back. Not really, because we're still doing the same stuff and giving you missions and crap. Woohoo! I guess good thing that guardian saved us from getting our ass kicked, because we couldn't do anything. We're so useless. Whatever. Go Vanguard.
Seems legit.
Um,
I mean, we're not going to make any big deal like the Traveler Awakening again. We totally should, though. But hey, whatever. We'll just go to the tower and sit down around, do nothing like we always do. Ghosts and Guardians on missions. We're not important. I mean, remember that time we lost our light and we thought we were going to die? We're all scared little bitches. Whatever, man. It happens. We're back, though. Standing around the tower. Vanguard. Go Team Vanguard. Yeah. Whatever. Want some Ingrams? Want some loot? Got some loot and Ingrams.
Too bad.
I don't know. I think it's like, yes, it is sort of the same game, but it is also a better game.
I will give you the it being a air quote better game just because there's like less friction. But as far as the story and everything, I think it's more in line with the Taken King as far as like just the trying to add depth where they're trying, but it's like
Yeah,
all the one-liners and zingers. It's just more of that. It's like if you like Taken King. It's pretty much more of that, because, you know, not a whole lot of reveals of like, oh man, that's that, or that thing is that thing, or, I mean, I haven't read all the lore because I don't have the game, but it's like, yeah, that's not happening, so.
So, yes, fans of not Grimoire cards, like, all of that is in the game now, and it's like, it's also sort of the same stuff, but being in the game, like, that's what I'm saying. Destiny 2 is Destiny 1 if they put Destiny 1 together a lot better.
Okay, that makes sense. So had they not have, you know, latched it on to 360 and PS3 and had it weighed down into inferiority, but hey, whatever. They made a second one, it's great. Or better.
Pretty much.
Thanks Activision, thanks Bungie. And why did it all happen, everybody? Money, dear boy, money. So they're like, money. Yeah, we have millions of players, didn't sell as many, but hey, that's what happens when you don't latch it on to last gen. But hey, looks prettier, I guess. Performance better. Oh yeah, Tropical. So what did you think about the? Oh yeah, like speaking about like all the story crap that we're talking about now, because you know we're putting this on the hot seat because we're talking about it. The whole cutscenes in the raid that weren't really cutscenes. It's more of like an intro, and then like you get there and like you see the dude for the first time, and like that's it. And then like you have a bit of like dialogue, but it's mostly one-sided because it's like just him talking. Because it's like, you know, your guardians for some reason got like the mute protagonist syndrome in this game. What the F?
I think that's weird.
That's the other thing that bugged me, dude. It's like the
Guardian's
stuff I was
voice
watching is like I was watching streams of this, and like the little bit I was watching, I was like, okay, why is the character not talking? So it's like that's the first thing. Like for Destiny 1, I was like, you know, why can't my character be more vocal? Why can't he say some stuff? And then they totally just like put a link on us, and it's like, oh, I have no voice in this game. Well, if you Destiny 2, because no. I was like really hoping for some ghost zingers in the raid, and it didn't happen. It was just Callus talking to you, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I mean, that's nothing Orcs never did, because he was all like Guardian, blah blah blah. And he shows up on Phobos. Well, not him, but his Echo, and he does stuff to you. And then you show up in the raid, and he's all like saying something. I can't remember now, but he says stuff, and then it's like you fight him and you kill him. It's like, yeah, we killed you, just like killed your son. Ha ha, suck it, Orcs.
Pretty much.
We did kill his son. We did. We really did.
And
we
killed
killed all those children. And we were coming for the rest of them too. So we can wear their skin.
Wear their skin.
That's not the reason. But whatever.
That's exactly why we kill monsters in Destiny, to wear their skin.
I don't remember that being the case, but
I mean, we skin them and take them and put them on our armor, so basically we're wearing their skin.
Oh, also the raid area, Destiny 2 is a lot like the Dreadnought, but better done. So yeah, it's like, you know, all the things hidden by the Dreadnought of secrets hidden in it. It goes on for the miles that the tunnels do under the Helmat that they totally don't. Well, they kind of actually delivered on this one, where it's like, oh, it's actually very massive and large. I mean, I haven't played, I've only seen streams, but what I've seen, it's like, you know, I'd say it's probably comparable to the Dreadnought, and it actually has secrets in it. Unlike the Dreadnought, that's just a giant hub thing that you go do crap in. That's like whatever.
Yeah, the raid in this one is actually the environment is pretty cool. But it is really weird raid. Like the other raids sort of made
It is super
I guess
weird.
they didn't necessarily make sense either. But like they felt like this one feels like it came out of left field, and you're just like, why the heck are we here? Why are we fighting this guy? Why
Skin, tropical skin.
What? Skin? I don't know. You haven't seen this guy.
He does not look very Cabal, like, in my opinion. It's like, you look at the other Cabal and you look at him, and he's like, he does not really have the same appearance, but whatever.
Well, I mean, all of the Cabal are like clad in armor, so it could be just like this guy just got too big for his armor or
That's what they
something.
look like underneath all that stuff.
Compared to Space Bane and his buddy, I don't know.
Space Bane.
He has that thing on his face, dude, I'm just saying. Dominus Rom, blah blah blah, whatever. Guardian, Dominus,
Dark
Skull, blah. I will steal the
Dark
light and
Face.
make it my own. How'd that work out? Space Bane, yeah, you're dead. Suck it.
Oh my.
So briefly, Crucible in this one. At first, I found it to be really, really hard compared to the first game. Like the first game, I sort of understood and had a strategy for how to play it. Basically, never fight a lopsided battle that's not in your favor. So if you see two people, you run away. If you have a scout rifle and someone comes in pretty close to you, you run away. And so I just like ran away a lot in Destiny 1, and that worked out for me well. That's how I was able to play like super low level Warlock in the Iron Banner, because I would just like run away and Batman style like stick a grenade to them and run away, and they would just like die. It's like, haha, another kill. So in Destiny 2, that seems like that strategy works, or that strategy I think is like a core strategy now, because there's so 6-on-6 versus 4-on-4, like there's just a lot fewer players, and if it's like objective modes and stuff, then if one person is on every point and the 3 points, that means there's only one other guy out there. Or if you see one guy on a point, it's like, well, he's there, and the other people have to be somewhere else. So it's just like, yeah, like running away matters a lot more now that there are fewer people. And I see a lot more people doing it. Like in Destiny 1, it always felt like if you had the jump on someone, they would never run away. They would always try to outshoot you, and it always came down to like, well, let the best twitchy guy win. And then, but yeah, in this one, like a lot of people dodge behind cover and get out of the way. It's like, oh, this is like way harder. And so the things I learned was like, one, the maps are smaller because there's fewer people, and so the radar is different. Like when you see someone on the edge of your radar, that means you can, unless there's a wall in the way, you can definitely see them, and they're pretty close. And then when it's like the pie-shaped part, like they are basically on top of you at that point. You don't even need to wait for them to be in the circle. When they're in the circle, like they're already punching or knifing you.
Oh my.
And so like squad, I think like tactically this game is more interesting. You have to like play every different mode differently. So Supremacy is the it's like kill confirmed. Like if your team just walks around as a team of 4, the games can go really long. Like I almost never see the point cap met. It's always whoever had the most when the timer runs out, and it's because like, yeah, people are roaming in packs, and it's really hard. If you get 1 or 2 of them, there's still 2 other guys, and they just pick up those crests instantly, and it's just like the score is always so low in Supremacy. But then when you play Control, like in the past, Control was like you wanted to control with your teammates or capture points with your teammates because you got more points. But in this one, there's no advantage to being like having more than one person on the point. So if one person is on the point and you get there, like you don't want to stand on the point. You want to go and like form a perimeter of 1 and try to like defend the guy who's capturing the point. And it's like, oh, it's really neat. So yeah, like over time, it felt like it was probably because I didn't understand the radar and I didn't know the maps, and that's why it felt really hard. But now that I've sort of have observed these things, oh, it's getting easier. And yeah, I still think Crucible is pretty clever, pretty fun stuff. What else?
Oh, Tropical, what did you think of the MGS2 farm thing as far as like, oh, there's this new social space, the farm, blah, 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 blah. And like Bungie just like went on and on about it like before launch. And it's like, surprise, mother effers, there's another
That
tower.
was hilarious. It was just
We never
like,
told you thought
wait,
the farm
what?
was it? It wasn't it.
If-
Ah, ha, ha.
If you go to the farm after beating the game, there's like no one there. I thought they were gonna. Well, I wasn't sure what they were gonna do. I was like, wait, are they just gonna, be wherever you go, and so you can go to either social space and they'll just be there? And there's like, no, that's not realistic. Eververse, like, Tess can't hire another employee to man one farm. So, because her
Well, 'cause
margins.
then she'd have to show her profits. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's got to move the whole shop, and since more guardians go to the tower, then she's got to put her shop at the tower. And yeah, so the farm is mostly deserted. Although I eventually I heard Zur this weekend was not on the tower. He was like in the open world spaces. He was in a tree in one of the planets. Yeah, and I was
That's
like,
random.
what? I didn't even see him.
Well, from what I
that's
saw
what
on
read.
Gamer's Twitter feed, he shows up on the map anyways. You can just like look him up and be like, where's Zur?
But yeah, I was just like,
Like, Guardians, I got bored. I built a treehouse. I live here now.
yeah, there's a lot of little things too that make it better. So like not having to go back to orbit in order to go to another thing is really nice.
Speaking of orbit, I just gotta say, new ships in Destiny 2, they all look like shit. They all look hideous, and I do not like the looks of any of them, really. Because I'm like,
I'm still looking for a space bus.
it's
That's
like,
what
yeah,
I want.
I think I'm just too attached to the first game ships. Because I look at these ones,
I
I'm
want a
like,
space bus.
not
I
visually
want-
appealing at all.
I want the Arcadia jump ship. Like, I think I'm gonna buy that one, the Lego one. Anyway, so that's Destiny. Yeah, basically it's like it's the game that for me it felt like sort of the difference between Assassin's Creed 1 and Assassin's Creed 2.
Oh no.
That's a
The
perfect
game it
analogy,
should have been.
Tropical.
The game it should have been.
Yep.
Because,
Like,
man,
if they-
Assassin's Creed 1, polarizing, but I loved it. And I just couldn't stop playing this, and even though I probably should have, but I'm never playing 2.
Like if Destiny 2 had been their first step forward, then they would not have needed to make Destiny 2. They could have just expanded upon that base. But they didn't. They made Destiny 1, and it was like, some good stuff, but I guess as a package we'll compare. Now that we have something to compare with, it's like pretty jank. The second one is like so much better.
So do you think with Destiny 2 going forward that they're just going to games of service it, or do you think there might be Destiny 3 in the future?
I think they actually will make Destiny 3. Just because of the way that people, I think people will, even though this is way better, people are going to get bored with it. Because, as I said, it's Destiny 1, which means that we've been playing it already for 3 years. It's just, feels better to play
Well, even
now.
listening to you guys talk about, what's going to be in the Prestige raid or whatever stuff, and then, the challenge mode for the current raid or whatever. You're already, waiting for the next thing to happen because you've already burned through all this current stuff.
They can definitely add, this could definitely go the 3 years that Destiny 1 did, probably even beyond that, if I understand correctly, that they can more easily add stuff to the game now, so...
See, because, to me, it's, it's just weird, because if you look at Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, just, the locations, it's, they have all these new places, but you don't have any of the old places. So it's, no Dreadnought, no Earth, no Cosmodrome, no Mars, no Moon, no Venus, no Mars. And it's well, wouldn't that be cool to look at if it wasn't on ugly, held back last-gen graphics.
Yeah. I think, yeah, they could definitely add those back too.
Maybe Destiny 3. Hmm?
It would be really cool, actually, if they just added all Destiny 1 content into Destiny 2. But I don't know if they're like, if the way they were built would allow that to be done easily. Probably not. So yeah, that's Destiny. I finished Uncharted: The Lost Legacy this week, or maybe last week. I don't remember. Super good, as you would expect from the Uncharted series. Although, like, so when I played Uncharted originally, I did not know what it meant to be colorblind. I mean, not really. And so now, every time I play an Uncharted game, I sit there and I wonder, like, how much better does it look to regular people? Makes me sad.
Is what it looks like, Tropical.
Like, there's only one
That's what-
scene in Uncharted 2 that I was like, wow, that looks really good and colorful. It was like that scene where you get to the top of the hotel in Nepal, I think it was. It was like right before the helicopter chase thing across the rooftops, and you're just like overlooking this blue and white and yellow and I assume red like cityscape in the distance. I was like, wow, it looks so good. But yeah, like now every time there's something like that, I was like, so I wonder what it really looks like. What do you think? Like, should they make more Uncharted games?
Yes.
Just keep on going with
They
different
should,
characters?
Tropical, because
You think
it's
they
a
should do
fun
another Chloe
ride.
one?
Well, they showed from this one they can just use whoever. I mean, Jake could just go in retirement, and then they've got their whole cast of weirdos. Just, what are you doing? What are you doing, Chloe? Oh, I'm just doing this job. Whatever, man. Gotta make that money. Oh, okay, I guess I'll join you. Oh, and then we have like that third person that we didn't even know was like in on it. That's in on it, and it's like, oh, he shows up, and it's like, what? No way. It's like, yeah, man, I was here too.
That was some fun stuff.
That was awesome. The lovable cast of Uncharted.
Yeah,
Who needs a Nathan Drake?
that's right. Although it felt like some parts felt weird. Like what we were learning about their backstories was like, this feels strange, like sort of forced almost. But yeah, it was great. I picked up, well, as I said, I picked up lots of things, and I have no idea what I picked up. But the thing that I played, Everybody's Golf, yeah, super fun, and like kind of not what I expected. There is a ton of tournaments to play, like so much to play in single player content, which, like, I guess I never really played any of the Hot Shot Golf games. Is that typical?
I have no idea because I never played any of them.
Oh, yeah, this is like
I think.
what Tekken was talking about last time with like all the bosses basically after you rank up in the tournaments, and I was like, oh man, like there's a ton of these. This is gonna take a long time. And then, oh yeah, so I was asking about the golf swings. There is the Happy Gilmore golf swing. One of the characters that you beat, you get their swing, and it's like it has sort of a run up, and you hit the ball, and it's like cool. I tried one game online, and that was really trippy because it's like there's just a ton of people running around the course.
Oh, dude, I was playing the daily course on like the first day or something, and there's like this Japanese player in this cat suit, and I was like, what is going on? Are they just trying to troll me? This is weird.
Actually, well, it was really weird.
And I shared Brendan, I forgot to tweet it out. I was like, weird
It was
Japanese
like-
person.
Every player I saw online was Japanese, or they had a Japanese
Yeah,
name.
there's a lot of Japanese players. It was interesting.
Yeah. It's like, is it just more a Japanese game and it's not doing very well here, or that? I mean, that's probably why they came out at a reduced price. But yeah, I think it's quite fun. I don't really understand the systems, and like when I'm putting, and I understand like what the grid is telling me, but I have no idea how to adjust myself.
Yeah.
So I'm just always like eyeballing. It's like, maybe? I don't know.
It's okay, Tentacle.
Sometimes
I
it goes
finished the
in,
game,
sometimes it doesn't.
and there's still a lot of the systems I was kind of like iffy on. So yeah, there's a lot to digest there. And they don't really like they only explain like the loading menus or like like some of the NPCs tell you.
Yeah.
But there's never like a straight up tutorial of like this is how you do this and this is how you know if you did it right. 'Cause like there's a lot of
Yep.
like times they tell you how to do something, but you don't know if you did it right or if you did it correctly or like triggered it. So it's like whatever, dude.
And then what? I mean, I definitely played Paragon, but I didn't really. There's not really anything to talk about there. I'm just excited for tomorrow. They're gonna release the visual makeover of the game, so it's gonna look super pretty. And I'm like losing something a bit though, or so like RPG's gain is my loss, but I don't. Basically, Paragon Grass is going to be on all PS4s and not just PS4 Pros. So one of the reasons one of the reasons I bought Pro will no longer be exclusive to the Pro.
We can all feel like pros. We can all feel like
Yeah, no,
pros.
they changed some. They're changing a bunch of stuff. So next
timing?
week there will be
Or like how like the opposite of supersize because it's a downgrade or promo downgrade. There you go, promo downgrade.
Sure.
Because you're not engaging it because you don't need to because now everybody gets it.
Promote on neutral.
Promo disengage. Promo disengage.
Yeah. Good times. Man. Let's see. I got Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
What?
Why? Why?
Because I want to see what they're doing with it. Like the thing that they said that I thought was really interesting. The thing that I thought was really interesting is they said like back in the day, you know, it was sort of a niche game, and now it is like so many Avenger movies and stuff. So story is more important and all that stuff. And I was like, yeah, I want to see what that is. So.
Oh, Tropical, but it's a crossover
We'll
game.
see. We'll see.
You will see. Because I watched a bit of a stream on that one too, and I was like,
I will stream it as well. But yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Also,
RPG?
No More Mutants on that one makes me never going to buy it. So, yeah.
It got Scarlet Witched, y'all. It got Scarlet Witched.
That'd have been cool if they put it in the game, or like some part in the story of like, you see Wolverine, Magneto, and Storm, and then she's just like, no more mutants, and they all disappear. It's like, it's canon. Even in Marvel's Capcom.
Oh no!
Dude, all the mutants. M Day happened. Yeah, it's like Marvel's Capcom M Day edition. They never undid it.
Some more mutants. Some more mutants. Alright, well, I haven't been playing much since, you know, stuff has been happening, but I did manage to pick up Monster Hunter Stories, so I was able to start playing that. It's a fun.
I picked that up too.
Of course you did, because
Of course I did. It was fun.
It was a new game that came out. So,
I also got Metroid. Same day.
So what we learned this week is that if we don't podcast, Tropical just can't help himself, and he needs to talk about games, and if he's not talking about them, he needs to play them, and if he's not on the podcast,
you mean buy them? Because I mean, I don't think he played all of the ones he bought.
that is true. That is possible.
That is true.
With his restraining bolt. We're sorry, Tropical. We're sorry. We were the chosen one. And we let you down.
In our defense, like, you know, only like the most powerful storm ever. So, you know, RPG can have that. And so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think what it is like, you know, listing out what I've been playing and then sort of talking about it reminds me what I have. And if I don't do that, then it's just like I'm out.
I don't have
store.
games.
Like, oh, also what happened is like my daughter started school, and it's like 3 hours a day, and that's like sometimes it feels like I don't want to go home because, you know, then I just have to come out again, and then so I just like stay out, and that meant shopping.
Oh, dear.
So yeah.
I just sigh. But yeah, so Monster Hunter Stories. So the game does not play like your traditional Monster Hunter game. So people who got all excited for a Monster Hunter game, it is not the same thing. So do not go by thinking it's the same thing. However, it's an interesting little side game for this series because it's one, the battle style is done turn based. So
Like a JRPG.
it's like a JRPG, yes.
Why do you
So
think
it's
they made it?
Pokemon?
Pokemon money?
Gotta
I mean,
get your
I don't know,
mom,
'cause
and I can write them too.
Pokemon has been pretty popular for a long time, so
Oh,
I mean, I
that's-
feel
that is
like
true.
they would have done it a long time ago. I don't know. I think maybe they thought about it because it's just like, I mean, there is a lot of different monsters over the course of the series, and it's like, what happens if you could tame them? That's kind of
My
Yeah.
hope, like playing it, was like, I hope this helps me get into Monster Hunter because I haven't, like, the other ones have been very difficult to get into, and it's like maybe they made it to ease other people into Monster Hunter.
I was gonna say, or it could be the gateway drug for the child market into the mainline Monster Hunter series, aka
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah, and since I'm a Monster Hunter child, essentially, I was like, maybe that's what it will do for me.
I mean, I feel like even if it does, they play so differently. It wouldn't really. You'd be like,
Well-
this isn't the same at all.
Like, what was really hard to get into with Monster Hunter, like mechanically, it's sort of not that hard. I mean, it is, but it's like it's not hard to understand, I guess. And then it was mostly like all of the crafting stuff and all of the like names of things and sort of just like I couldn't really understand the loop of the game or get into the loop of the game. And so I'm wondering if this is like their lore one. This is going to introduce you to some stuff about this world and add this beast taming thing because Pokemon and
I don't know if is there really lore in Monster Hunter? I mean, it's another game where you go murder things and wear their skin, so it's like
yeah, there's a world, you know.
there is a world. I mean, this one does seem like it's more story focused because you know it's in the title, so they kind of have to have a story of some sort. Otherwise, it's like, well, this game is a lie. It's like this game's a blatant lie.
There are no stories here. You lie.
So there is like, I guess, like some semblance of a story because like you have more character interactions and stuff. So I guess there's that. So, but yeah, the game is like tactical turn based to an extent. It's the way it works is like you have your monster with you, which you get out of eggs from different dens and stuff. So you have to like hatch them, but they come out full grown because I mean that's how monsters work in the Monster Hunter world. There aren't babies, and if they are, they're still gigantic. Because, you know,
Those are
giant
fully
monsters.
grown?
They're fully grown, Tropical. Don't ask questions. That's how it works in Monster Hunter. Everything is fully grown. But hunters do still exist in Monster Hunter stories, though, so they do acknowledge the fact that these riders are weird because they can semi-tame monsters and ride them and be their best friends, even if they do want to kill them. And it's like, hey, I want to kill your best friend. And it's like, well, I don't want you to do that, but please don't kill my best friend. So there's also that little conflict going on as well. But so each thingy in the battles you have, it's kind of like how do I explain this? It's similar to like the weapons triangle in what's that game called? Fire Emblem. So it's like you have speed, technical, and then power, and you kind of like go up in like these battles in like semi-duels kind of, and then it's like you have to like anticipate and counter the opponent that you're going up against. And early on it's relatively easy because I mean certain monsters only use the same like type of attack over and over again, so they're easier to counter. But then once you start fighting like the more flagship type monsters from the games and stuff, then they start to like change up their patterns, and you have to kind of try to figure out what their pattern is or memorize what it was. And then sometimes they switch it up with, because the monsters can also use like special skills and stuff, so you won't necessarily be able to do the whole countering thing and just have to hope that your monster has a special skill that can help protect you and not get you murdered. So there's also that. But it's pretty fun. I mostly just went into it because there's a specific type of monster I'm trying to find and tame. So once that happens, I'm like, well, I'm never playing this game again. I've done what I needed to do. I don't care if the world gets destroyed because I already got what I wanted. Good luck, everyone else. So they better hope that never happens. And then with the hunter person, well, the rider, I forgot they're not hunters in this game. You can equip them like kind of like how you do in the mainline games, but it's far simpler. So you don't have to worry about like Tropical Set with all the crafting and jewels and stuff. I mean, not to the extent they are in the mainline games anyway. So it's a lot easier for you to just like get armor and then get weapons and kind of like go about your business kind of thing. In terms of the monsters themselves, there's like a semi like breeding component too, where you can like channel monsters into other ones. So you can kind of create like these combinations where you have like the snow bunny that can breathe fire and stuff like that. So you can kind of like play around with their genes and stuff to kind of make them more versatile and not necessarily just be this whole one-trick pony kind of thing. And then you kind of have to get rid of them since you can only hold, what is it? I think it's 5 monsters in your party at one time. So you want to make sure you're not just like, if they're all just like the one-trick pony thing, then it's like your team's going to be very limited, and then you're not going to be very effective because some of those monsters will not. Some of the monsters in the wild do not. They're not going to hold your hand. They're not going to hold your hand at all, which I found out the hard way because, Monster Hunter. So that's how that goes. It's like, oh, it's early in the game, so I should technically be able to take on this monster. And then the game said he, in fact, could not take on that monster. And then I got party wiped, and I was like, this is fine. This is fine. I just know for next time not to do what I did and just avoid stuff like that. So, yeah. But it's a fun time. I've been enjoying it. Let's see. Other than that, I played. I forgot the initial title for it, but the Trails of Cold Steel 2. What was it? Legend of Heroes? I think that's what it's called. Pretty sure that's what it is. It's something, some long title of
something like that.
Of something about heroes and legends and trails and things of that nature. All of that stuff. But it's the sequel to the first one, so that. I finally picked that up again, mostly because I didn't have any power, so I couldn't play any like home comp games. So I was like, well, gotta rely on the portables because it's the only thing that I have left.
Disaster time.
So I played a butt ton of that. Ended up getting through the first act and the intermission of the game, and like we got all the team members are together now, plus all the adults that are helping the team, so it's like 14 playable characters now at this point. So it's a butt ton of them, but it's good to have the gang back together again. And they added more mechanics and stuff to the divine night battles, and then the team battles and all this other stuff, and then new super modes and everything. So it's like all kinds of craziness going on in this war right now. So all kinds of fun stuff. all the fun stuff. So I'm now what, like 26 hours into the game or something. So just chugging along there, and eventually I guess I will beat it. But the first one took forever to beat, so this one probably take forever to beat too. And then the third one's going to be moved to the PS4. So I'm not sure how that's going to work once it eventually gets localized. So yeah. But that's pretty much all I've been playing, because, stuff.
Cool.
I just wanted to add one more thing about Final Fantasy 9 as far as like when I had my long sit-down session with it. I got to, so I started at the beginning where stuff happens, and then I made it all the way to Limblum right before the Festival of the Hunt begins, and that's where I saved. It was like, ooh, it's about to start. So, it's that good. It sucked me in that much. I was like, I couldn't stop playing until Limblum, and I got to Limblum, and I was like, oh man, let me find a good spot to save it and come back to it. And then I saw Fred, and I met Fred. I was like, oh, Fred, it's so long. That was like, it touched my heart, and I was like, oh, I'll come back to this. Let me not spoil this too soon, and just
spoiler alert.
Keep going.
Things do not go well. Things do not go well.
It's like I forgot how much that game just keeps getting good. Like the farther you get, it keeps getting good. It keeps getting good. So you get to Limblum, and it's like, oh man, Black Waltz number 3 down. Gotcha. And it's like, oh, we get to Limblum. It says all like, yes, well, I've been turned into an Oglop, and I cannot do the airship thing as good with my mind as an Oglop, but I'm still trying. And Deckers are like, oh, there's danger. And it's like, oh man, what's going on with the black mages? And it's like, it just keeps getting better. It keeps better. And I was like, man, I gotta put it down for just taking crack out on it and just ruin it and just spoil it all and just do it in like 1 week or something. So yeah, I'm trying to do it like a fine wine this time and just once a week have
delicious
a nice ray of light in the darkest timeline. So what is this happy to be alive thing, RPG?
I'm happy to be alive. That is all.
All right. What is our biddle segment? And I should note, if I've said anything weird, it's because I have 6 other people speaking into my head right now.
Well,
we got
to
the end of a raid yesterday, but we didn't finish it, and so like that time is now, and there's like lots of chatting going on in my head. Basically, I'm hearing all of you at the same time, and it's like, so have I said anything weird?
No.
Okay, cool.
Not yet.
I've remained mostly sane then so far. That's great.
I mean, the same for you could be, I guess. I mean,
I do say weird stuff without all the voices in my head too.
And also saying that you have a bunch of voices in your head probably doesn't sound very sane either. So there's also that.
But these are people you know as well.
I mean, you say that, but I mean, that doesn't make you any less crazy. Because of course you could have introduced us to the voices in your head. I mean, Tekken has his whole cadre of characters.
Yeah, his whole cast.
I mean,
Aimless. Aimless. Yeah, I guess characters is the word. Personalities. We haven't heard old Tekken in a long time. Is he just in hiding? He died.
There's been no reason to bring out Tropical.
We are all old Tekken now. Because we all think about the old days.
Think about it, we have no dark timeline. We have no crazy man doing crazy things. We're all over the place.
The old days.
Saying they destroyed North Korea? What a half? Who says that? Not the president. We are all Tekken now.
We are all old Tekken now.
Because we can remember.
We were always the old Tekken. We were always all the old Tekken.
So is there no thingy for I'm happy to be alive?
Of course not. I didn't prepare a middle segment. I wasn't prepared for this. I wasn't prepared, Tekken.
Well, you can listen to Raid Chat then.
I was trying to think what the thingy would be for, if it was a thing, for happy to be alive. I'm going to make one up and just say, what is the game that you are most happily playing at the current time in the Darkest Timeline that you're currently playing? Or we could even just like mash it up with the last segment and be like, the game that you're playing and what you've been playing, what is the one that makes you most happy? Might be Final Fantasy 9 because it makes me happy, very happy, of all the games I'm playing right now anyway. I mean, Samus Returns is like a close second, but man, I can play Final Fantasy 9 just like, the music kicks in and it's just like, do 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 do. It just got me. It just got me from like the start menu. Just like, oh, I'm back in it.
Since I am not actually a good gamer, I guess I would say what the game that makes me most happy is watching my kid play Splatoon 2 online.
Oh,
It is insane. Like, she just started playing it because, you know, she just like pushes buttons and was like, huh, what's this? And she just went in, and then she was in online battles, and she was just like actually doing okay, which is crazy. And I tried her controls. She plays inverted X-axis.
what?
I was just like, she was like, help me. I was like, okay, I tried it. I'm like, I can't.
What did you do?
It's like, I don't know what you did.
I don't know what she did. And then, like, so I thought maybe it was because she was pushing buttons and she just, like, set it to that. But actually, like, so I switched it back, right? And then I was playing once, and then I gave it back to her. And then the next time she gave it back to me, it was inverted X again. And I was like, you cannot be serious. Like, how do you... I can sort of understand how a person picks up inverted Y, but how do you pick up inverted X?
He's like, Dad, you play properly or you don't play at all. It's like, oh.
Yeah, like, no, she was, so I've only played a few times online, and I was like level 3 or something, and now I look at my account and it's like level 17.
Jeez.
So she's played a lot online, and then she's played ranked matches too. So she was like rank B one time I saw. I was like, which, like, you start at C minus and like you keep gathering, and it's like, this is crazy. So I don't know if it's because the matchmaking is really good and it just like matches really poor people with her, or because like that's, yeah, I don't really know. The ranked mode scoreboards I don't understand at all. But then when I watch when I look at the scoreboards on regular like turf war mode, it's like, huh, she's not last. She's like, there are people below her on the leaderboard. I was like,
She's a prodigy.
what is going on here? I always tell her, it's like, she's gonna be really frustrated when she plays with her contemporaries, because I doubt many of them have played as much as she has.
She's gonna be like, you guys need to get good. You're all garbage. Garbage.
So yeah, that makes me happy. I don't know if she's... We'll see what happens in the future. If she stagnates or if she continues to improve.
You can only go up. You can only go up. Let's see. I mean, had this been next week, then I would have been happy because, you know, doggone Ruff is next week. So I'm like, yay! Yay! Because I think that's like one of my last games for the year. So, wait, no, Concept of Roll comes out next week or next month. So, but I mean, it's more or less one of my last games for the year. So, but yeah, I enjoy that series so much, so much. It's like between the games and the anime and all the fun stuff going on and people killing each other, and you know, it's always a good time. It's always a good time when you murder your friends in order to get out of a school where you got locked in because you have an ultimate talent, no matter how obscure or strange it is. So, yeah.
Well, we're not talking about next week RPG, so you can't pick it.
Well, there's other games that came out before that one. I mean, so technically I could, because I mean, it does. The other two games exist.
But are you playing it right now?
I could be. You don't know my life.
Well, we just didn't know what you've been playing, and you didn't say that. So, yeah. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Because I had already talked about them before years ago. So
That is not how that works, dude. That is not how that works.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut your face. Shut your face, okay?
That's like me saying, oh man, Mass Effect 3. I love that I love that conclusion with the romance with me and the Aura, and then we got to the Sail DLC, and it got super steamy. And she played me a song on the piano. Oh my gosh. Oh, I was so touched.
That game
I was like,
does
okay,
make you happy to be alive, though.
It does, even though it deals with galactic genocide and extinction. That's okay.
Death makes everyone happy. We can conclude that from our previous picks, except for Tropical, who picked a game where no one dies, so he just ruined the trend. But if they could die, he'd probably be happier. You know. Irony. But let's see. Because I mean, when you think about it, anticipating games kind of makes you happy for those games too, because like now you have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
But then it's like, what do you do once that game already happens? And then you're like, well,
That's when happiness ends.
No, that is not how that works,
Oh,
Tropical. That is not how that works. Your happiness does not
guy
die once a game comes out. Okay, you can still ride that wave of hype, and then like once you play it, it either sinks or it swims. It either hits the mark or it misses completely, and it's like, what the F, Arkham Knight? You had my hopes up all these months and years, and you got delayed too, and I finally effing play you, and then and then you just get angry, and you're like, F this game. I'm Rocksteady. I'm gonna never make a Batman game
Aren't you
again.
technically confirming what he said then? Because your happiness died once you got to
Whoa,
it.
that's
so.
only in the circumstances, in the cases when the game does not meet its standards that you have for it, and you're like, what the F, Arkham Knight? What the F? Just saying.
I don't know, man, because like I finally got Persona 5, which I was looking all super forward to, and it's the only thing that was keeping the fabric of reality together. And then once I finished it, now look what's going on now. Look at the world now. Like just look at everything. So I don't know, man. He might be onto something there.
He could have just not finished her first Persona 5. He wouldn't have had to go through dehydration issues.
Well, they shouldn't have made it so great, and then I wouldn't have played it, and then we wouldn't be in this mess we're in now, where the world is on fire, and/or underwater, and/or falling apart, and/or threatened to be nucleared. So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. I didn't expect it to happen, and I didn't want this to happen, but I guess maybe they should have waited to have Persona come out later, but then I would have had to wait, and I wouldn't wanted to wait. I was already excited, and I was like, yay, Persona 5! So, I don't know, man. I don't know. And the reality's falling.
Yeah, to go back to the whole how hype does not die when the game comes out, it's like, I was excited for Horizon Zero Dawn. I mean, I wasn't super excited because I didn't expect it. I was like, I get it, Sony. You like keep showing it because you're like, it's gonna be the next thing, and I was like, okay, whatever. But I'm like more on the upside than the downside. I'm excited, and I played it. And I was like, oh man, there's tall grass to get to sneak around in and stab things, and then shoot things with arrows, and there's giant robot dinosaurs, and it's like, what? And then it's in the future, but you're like, how did we get here? And then you find out, and you're like, dun 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 dun, no way! Oh my goodness! RPG's right. We're not gonna shoot ourselves in the foot. We can help ourselves. We're never gonna learn. It's over.
We warned ourselves, but we don't listen. We just don't listen. And now we have to stab robot dinosaurs in the butt.
And now there's DLC to look forward to and be like, yay, Frozen Wilds. Can't wait. Already pre-ordered it.
When does that come out?
November,
soon.
October. Yeah, I think it's one of those two.
Something soon. I'm pretty sure. But I think they also wait, is super hard mode like an automatic, like a free add-on to that, or is that like something they're adding in DLC for something else? Because I feel like some of the robots, dinosaur, creature, animal things are already hard. Like
they also added super easy mode, which is like the opposite.
I should probably play that mode and then just like breeze through the game because some of those guys are jerks. Like the giant electric bird thing that's all like, hey, I'm gonna troll you because I can troll, and then it'll like slowly walk towards you with his wings all open, and then just like, you can't escape me, and I'm like, well, I mean, you could just kill me instead of just doing this whole song and dance. Like, what are you doing, giant stormbird thing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And he's just like, LOLs. Look at me slowly walk towards you. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Now I'm pulsing electricity and walking slowly towards you. It's like, I don't got time for this. I'm just going to go. Stormbird. You figure out what you want to do with your life. And then I left it because I don't know if I can kill that thing yet or not. Because it's a jerk. It's a jerk. Can you eventually tame those?
No.
Sort of.
I don't know. 'Cause I never used
Sort
that
of.
ability.
You never use it?
Nope.
What? I'm like forever running around with an army of like saber-toothed wolf things and nonsense and everything. It's like half the fun. It's like half the fun.
I was all about survival. And by survive, it's usually killing the things in front of me that are trying to kill me.
Did you play super hard mode?
Nope.
Oh. Oh. Whatever then. Whatever. I'll eventually finish that game. Eventually.
You sound like Tropical RPG just saying.
I mean, in all fairness, though, unlike him, though, I don't go buying like everything. So it's like, it's just a matter of me having to time.
The toys.
Like this guy and his little Destiny toys. Like, what's even the point? What's even the point?
You have yet to say the game that makes you the most happiest right now, RPG just saying. That you're
Right
currently playing.
now?
Yes.
Well, I can't do it now because I didn't have power for like the past few weeks. Like, it's not my. I remember for the past
So
week,
would
and I
you
was,
say
like,
that
dying
none of
before
them
that.
are giving you happiness?
I mean, I enjoy them, but I mean, they're no Persona 5. They're no Danganronpa V3. I mean, it's not my
He's a very
fault.
hard person to please.
It's not my fault, man.
And bring
It's not
happiness
my
to you.
fault.
You should get Final Fantasy 9 on PS4. It would bring happiness to you. You'd be like, oh man, it's a day.
It will, because
Dagger,
Vivi's there.
Steiner, Vivi, I've missed you all so much. And then, man,
I
the banter
did.
between Steiner and Zidane, I forgot how glorious and magnificent it is to just Rusty and that scoundrel thief. Oh, so delicious, so delicious.
It is fun. And then that Amaranth guy, and Quina, and Eco for some reason. But then it's just like, yay, yay, the gang's all here, but also Eco for some reason. So it's like, yay, fun times. And then the world's going to go get destroyed because some reason that Dagger decided to just give her summons to her mother and be like, hey, destroy the world real quick. And then they're just like, yay, we'll do it. And then she's like, yay, I love you, Mom. And she's like, well, I don't really love you, but I mean... Thanks for all the summons. Thanks for all the summons. So, yeah, they have a pretty strange relationship. Pretty strange relations. So,
Actually, they did like make it super easy in this one. You can just turn on a mode that lets you do 99.99 damage on each hit. I guess I haven't enabled it, so I'm not sure if that's how it works. But I guess that's how it works. So that makes it seem like that's how it works. So you can just breeze right through it. Be like, oh,
is that the name? Is that the name of the mode?
It's like you push options deposit, and it has like that fast battles and two other thingies or something that you can turn on or turn off. I haven't messed with it, so I was like, oh, well, that's neat.
Fast battles just might mean that it just ups the like battle speed, though.
I think that's what that does. But the whole 99.99 thing is like you can just swipe, you're done. Well, until you like wait later.
Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to rush through one of the greatest Final Fantasies to ever Final Fantasy?
I was playing it too slow, I think.
The greatest Final Fantasy to Final Fantasy.
Like, I don't understand. Why would you want to rush through that?
I don't know, but you kids these days, I don't know. They're all on their YouTubes and their Instagrams and their Twitters, doing their instant transmissions and stuff. I got time for that. I gotta do all this stuff instantly.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. From my understanding, though, there is like a weapon or an item or something you can get if you do like get to a certain point in the game, like under a certain number of hours. Though I don't know if they carried that over into the PS4 version, though. But I know in the original, it was like either it's like you get the pumice or it's like some kind of weapon of some sort or some sort, maybe. I forgot, but yeah. But again, why would you rush through such greatness? Why? Why do you not like happiness?
Maybe it's not a Russian thing. They just want to make it very easy for them, like the super easy mode in Horizon.
Yeah, but that's different though, because those dinosaurs are jerks. So yeah, it doesn't count because it's like I didn't have really like I didn't have options, so it's not like I could like really. It's like it's not my fault. It's like yes, I'm enjoying the game. The games I'm playing now, but it's like at the same time, it's like I'm excited for other stuff like Danganronpa, and then it's like I had Persona 5 earlier this year, so I was just like, yeah, I was super happy during those times. I was so happy that I kept the fabric of reality held together, but then the happiness ended, and now the world is on fire, literally in some senses. So it's like, you know what? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not my fault, but it's semi my fault. So I'm just gonna hold on to my choices and still say the games I said, because even whether I'm playing them now, they made me happy. They made me super happy to be alive at the time. Because Persona 5 is the bestest. It's the bestest.
Okay, well, I guess we could move on from the what's making you happy now to the game that has made you the most happy ever, I guess. Whatever, to get RPGs. I can pick whatever I want. Satisfied.
I can't. I'm a Cartman this.
What? You're a curb on the street?
I said I'm going to Cartman this.
Oh.
And do whatever I want.
Whatever. I'm not sure if there's a game that I would say like would give me like the maximum happiness. I would say it probably would be like a Mario
obviously.
game. Because like
what kind of question is that?
Playing Mario is like, you know, just it's just taking happy pills for me, really. Because I just get to jump around and collect coins and do stuff, and the music's all happy, Mario's all happy, and I'm saving the day, there's no danger, it's just happy adventures in Mushroom Kingdom, and like triple jump, and I can dress as a raccoon and fly in the sky, Mario Brothers 3, and I get to go to the galaxy, and just like zoom around, waggle it out. It's great, it's a fun time. I love Mario. Whereas with Mass Effect, it's like, whoa, your friends could die, you could die, people in the entire galaxy could die. It's like there's high stakes, dude. It's like I don't want that pressure. I just want to relax, kick back, and have some fun times as a plumber who is no longer a plumber, who's just a dude in a plumber suit that does things. He's not a plumber, he's just a dude in a plumber suit. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes a raccoon suit. Sometimes a fire suit, sometimes a sledgehammer suit, sometimes a frog suit, sometimes a boot, like that one time on that one stage. It gets weird. Star power, yeah, there's star power too, and then like the music gets all dun, 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 dun. It's great. So you know, my max happiness levels are definitely playing a Mario game. Doesn't matter which one. Well, okay, that's not true. Doesn't matter, but like, you know, it's hard to say because for me, it's like, you know, it's very hard. Like it's a top 3 thing. She got like 64 was it? It was like, oh, so good. Then Galaxy, it was like, can't get any better. But then I think back in my time at 3, I was like, you know, as a wee little Tekken, I did enjoy the game very much. So it's like, you know, that's like the trinity of like those 3. And you know, Sunshine's good, but it's like, doesn't really touch 64 in my opinion, or Galaxy. But they all give me happiness in that very high echelon tier of, oh, it's so fun. And then like, you know, all my problems and worries just fade away, and I'm just on happy pills called Mario, and it's great. It's the best drug ever.
Was it just the game, you think?
What do you mean by that, Tropical?
Because like when I'm thinking about it now, and I think probably it was some game that I had a lot of fun with a bunch of people.
You know what, Tropical? If you're gonna bring up that game was not fun. Okay, that game was a torture device that I put on, and I was like going through the motions of like, yes, torture me, do whatever you want, do your worst. And then there was like a little box in the torture device of like, here, Tekken, have this pie. And it was like, ooh, I get pie every now and then. But then, you know, I've got to go through the torture to get the pie, and sometimes the pie's not the pie I want. It's like, you know what? Eventually, I'm gonna get tired of that pie. And the pie's not gonna be worth it. I'm gonna hit the pie. And I'm gonna hit the torture machine. And I'll be like, get out of here. I'm getting out. I can't do this anymore. And then 3 years later, I'm like, yeah, I got out. And never go back in that machine. It's like, oh, you got this new torture machine. It's all fancy dancy, better torture, better pie, more pie all the time. Oh, Tekken, you know you want this? It's like, no, I don't want that. I've had enough of that. And I'm never go back to it. You can take your torture device and shove it up your you know where. So yeah, F you and your torture device. And torture devices. And F pie for that
I don't
matter.
know how we
ruined my
got
pie.
there. Because I was not referring to Destiny. But okay.
Oh, well, in that case, Jonathan, then it can be the
Soul
game
Calibur
that
2.
you had with all your friends and you enjoyed so much. Sure, give it a whirl.
I was thinking Soul Calibur 2. Or like Rock Band.
I guess it would be like another one. It's like, yeah, the one that you had the most fun with other people. Definitely Left 4 Dead is like in the top there for me on that one, or Borderlands 2. Not that game that starts with D. F that game. It can go F itself in the B.
I really like our time with what was that? Alien Swarm?
Oh, yeah.
Was that?
Yeah.
That was really funny.
I like that time we left RPG behind. Ah, man, yeah. Every time we think about that, like just like Left 4 Dead and Borderlands, it's just like, why are there not enough or more 4-player co-op games? And it just like it irks me every time I think about it. It's just like I thought there's gonna be a golden age. I thought there'd be like more. I thought we'd have them all the time, and we didn't get it. And it's just like effing co-op. What the F?
I think those games just didn't sell well. But Left 4 Dead was, well, I guess in the grand scheme of Valve games, they didn't do super well. But
They're just hard to design and implement or something.
eh.
Whatever. Were you AFK RPG?
I was semi-AFK, sorry.
Because we were talking about games that give you the most happiness that you had with other people, i.e. co-op or versus.
Voucher, wow.
Not like that, you weirdo.
Yes.
And I had a whole tirade about Destiny. Because I thought Tropical was talking about Destiny because he said something, and I was like, what?
And you were triggered.
I was triggered. And I let him have it.
I'm just like, no, you're wrong. Your face is wrong. Everything about you is wrong. Wrong.
It's like, well,
And the Tropical was like,
Left 4 Dead.
I was just talking about Destiny. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Just kidding.
Because, like, yeah, I was thinking about. I don't know if
because that never gets old.
like. Yeah, happy is not really the thing that I think of when I think of games now. I'm more like
Oh,
the
dear.
thing that I like most is like impressed. The games that impressed me.
That's a very
one of
high bar
those.
for me, dude, to be impressed.
You've become an impression whore.
So I think what might have broke me was a long time ago I tried to like apply to be a game reviewer somewhere and like to like submit a sample review. I played through Onimusha 3 and like I just like pushed and played through it and it was miserable. And after that I was like, alright, games are just work. Games don't make me happy. I like playing them, but not because they make me happy.
Oh, they destroyed you.
Onimusha 3 broke me.
Was that the one with the French guy?
Yeah.
With
And
the
you know,
whip
like
and stuff?
I remember buying it, or sorry, renting it, and thinking it's like, oh, this is so awesome! Like these two guys, and yeah, I'm so excited. And then, like 12, 13 hours later, I was like, oh, why is it so hard? I just need to finish it.
It's like, why is this my life right now? Why?
It was miserable.
Well, that's unfortunate. Because I think I semi-enjoyed that one. Omnimusha is a series that I actually wanted to kind of see come back.
but
Yeah, I still want to play it.
it
It's
didn't.
just like
Kind of like DMC. When that one came back, I was like, oh, this is awesome. And everyone who hates it is just terrible. That's all. That's all there is to it. So, because DMC was awesome. I don't care what anybody says.
Well, Capcom did bring back Resident Evil on PS4, and Dead Rising, and Marvel vs. Capcom, and Street Fighter 4,
So you think Omnimusha is next?
and DMC4. ...
Well, I want to see a new one, not necessarily like just the re
Oh, well, if you get a new
thingies.
one, have fun with waiting because it's not happening. So.
Well, that's what they said about Shenmue 3, and look where we are now. Look where we are now.
After it's kickstarted.
So, just saying. Same thing with Psychonauts 2.
Oh yeah.
They said we'd never get a sequel. But in your faces, non-believers.
Although Darkest Timeline, also unreality of you can get the things you never thought you'd get. So maybe that was the sacrifice that we got. Or the blood sacrifice.
We actually have to survive to that long, but it's cool. It's cool. You gotta
in the darkest timeline.
Basically. Let's see. My favorite games to play with people. Let's see. You know, not Destiny, but
that's the right answer, RPG.
One of the games that I do like remember that enjoying like whenever we play was just like Payday was always fun. We could like to get the heist. Those are always enjoyable.
Yeah, one of the ones. Man.
Trying to get through those heists and making sure things don't go horribly, even when they always inevitably do, because you have glory hounds like Tekken on your team. So you know, there's stuff like that. But it's cool though. It was super fun times. I enjoyed those. And I mean, way back in the was that PS3 era when it happens? Like because like I do remember like playing like Army of Two, and it's like meeting up with the weird Canadian guy, and I was like, huh, it's cool. It's like sometimes you have some fun times with people online, and it's like games like that make you happy, but then other times you have Destiny, and then it's like, huh, this is a lot more work than it should be, and I don't know if I enjoy this, but I will play because we need a full team. So. But yeah, you should not ever feel like that when you're playing a game. I think that's what like Tropical when you're just feeling like like games for work. It's like this should not be a thing. So, but yes, so like Payday, that was fun. I don't know if I played like a lot of. I don't remember playing like a lot of co-op games though. Now that I think about it, so yeah, that I do love the Mario Party games though. So. But that's couch co-op. You don't have online for that, so it's not the same. Final Friendship was fun too, but it was hard to find a setup for everybody for those games. So
what RPG? You just said something friendship?
I said Final Friendship, aka Crystal Chronicles for Final Fantasy. But
what the hell? I don't think I've heard that before.
The setup, because the setup was all.
The Bucket Person? Is that the Bucket Person, or is that the GameCube or Game Boy Advance game?
That was the GameCube one with the GameCube game. Yeah, or that is because that's the one where you had to have the console, and then everybody had to have a GBA and the cables and all this stuff. It was buckets. And then someone had to carry a bucket, and of course, because people had secret like objectives that were put on their screens, it's like now people were like trying to steal the bucket from each other and like fighting. It was like, no, we should go this way. It's like, hey, sit it down, or else. So then it's like now you were fighting in real life over stuff, and it's just like fun times. So hopefully they make a new one. So enjoy all of that fun times again, especially now that it's like with the technology we have now, it'll be like even easier to do something like this. But they'd have to use like some excuse, I guess, to do the whole. Well, no, they don't necessarily even have to do the whole bucket thing anymore. You could just let people explore and just have basically just like the online co-op Final Fantasy experience that you all have your jobs and you have to make sure your town doesn't go under because you have a specific job and stuff like that and all that fun stuff. But I guess it'll never happen because, you know, Square Enix. So.
Actually, I guess Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 1. Well, one, more two, just because bucket or turtle power, because that was back in the olden times before I stopped playing Call of Duty, and just it was. I didn't even care about the grind. I was just playing it to get all those sweet emblems and thingies. And it never got old, jumping on and playing I think it was the Mosh Pit playlist with all the team stuff. And we'd be a team going through and decimating everybody. It was great. It was fun.
I think I only ever got up to... Modern Warfare when I got to Call of Duties, and then I just stopped playing. It's unfortunate. I'm sure they were fun.
Okay, well, that is the happy to be alive segment, I guess.
We made up a segment. Yay, because I'm happy. Because I'm happy.
And we have a song for it now. That means it's official. Okay.
Skills, guys. Skills.
On to the news. There was a Nintendo Direct a couple weeks ago where they talked about a bunch of the stuff coming out in the soon or not so soon for the Switch. I don't remember. I don't remember when it was, but it was like, soonish around, but like we didn't talk about it because we haven't podcasted in like 2 weeks. And they showed Xenoblade Chronicles 2 again. They showed the Mario Galaxy, or I'm sorry, Mario Odyssey bundle, and I was like, oh man, if they have Odyssey bundle, I'm totally buying it. So I might be totally buying it. It's in October though, so not a good month for me. We'll see what happens.
That day is like an insane day for pop culture.
Yeah, now
there's
they've
like
added
so many things are coming out
with Mario. And it's like, oh well, have fun being able to afford that.
Just wait to get a Switch until next year.
RPG, but I want the bundle.
I know, but they'll probably
got
have
a
more
sweet
bundles.
fanny pack carry case thingy.
Oh my gosh.
And colors, red and black. Who doesn't not like red and black? Oh
gosh.
I have matching colors. What else did they show? Isn't there... I don't remember what else they showed, honestly. It was like the Mario thing and the Xenoblades thing. Oh yeah, they showed Octo Traveler. I'm sorry. Okay. Project Octo Traveler.
Oh.
They showed. It looks amazing still. And yeah, I'm like totally down for that game now. Like I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. Getting it day one. It looks like it looks
Wait,
like
that was the one that's all 8-bit.
It was a downloadable demo.
Yeah, there's a demo. But I don't know
There's a demo?
Yep. I downloaded it, but I haven't played it yet.
I don't know if I have a Japanese.
Another shrink wrap thing of mine.
Wait, do I have a Japanese account? Let's find out.
You don't have a Switch RPG. You can play it. What are you talking about?
Oh, you mean on a Switch? But isn't it coming out on the PS4 too, though?
No, it's exclusive. That was your
Are
thing.
you sure?
That's some exclusive thingies they showed. I'm gonna try to find this. I am 1000% sure RPG.
Yeah, it is.
No!
So after I saw that, I was like, well, I guess I got to get me a Switch. I just need 2 more games, or 1 more game, because I have Metroid, got Mario XCOM, and I got Octo Traveler, so I need 1 more. And I'll have my 5, because I don't need 6 like RPG. I'm not that stingy. And yeah, well, I'll be good.
Odd numbers are weird, so it's not
Wow, I'm looking at the wrong section of the site, so we're talking about old news. That's not good. Whatever. I guess I'll see if I can type in Switch and see what pops up here. Probably not a good idea.
Well, there was also 3DS stuff.
Oh yeah. Doom, Wolfenstein 2, I believe, were also announced in that Nintendo Direct.
Insane.
Oh, yeah.
Who would have thought Doom would be on Switch? I think I actually might get that. Doom is super
crazy.
awesome. And playing it on the go could be really cool.
Pokemon Ultra Sun and Pokemon Ultra Moon as well. Skyrim with the weird Link stuff in it that you don't need the amiibo for because you can just find it in the game.
Because I needed another place to play Skyrim. He said sarcastically.
Some 3DS stuff. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, Kirby Battle Royale,
Woo!
Yokai Watch 2, Psychic Specters, Mario Party. Oh yeah, the Mario Party thing was cool because it's like the top 100, so it's like
Yeah.
100 of like the top, or selected by whoever, because it's not like, you know, my personal choice of the top 100, but like whoever chose the top 100 Mario Party games. They're like, or I guess we'll say the official Nintendo top 100 Mario Party games, mini games, and they put it in one Mario Party game, and they call it the Mario Party Top 100, which is pretty cool. It's 100 mini
excited.
games, so I might actually get that one because I have not played Mario Party since like the third one, or the one where
What is
like
wrong with
Mario
you?
has a cowboy hat on the
They're the
64.
greatest games ever.
Waste of money and time.
You watch your mouth. I will stab you in the soul.
Oh, stab me in my soul. That's so ethereal and vaporous. I'm sure it's gonna hurt so much, RPG.
Oh, it will. Try
Metroid,
existing without it.
Metroid Samus Returns, which is already out, and Layton's Mystery Journey.
Leighton?
It's the offspring or other familiar relation. I don't know.
Gross. Girls can't be detectives.
That's the gross part.
And then Radiant Historia, which I cannot wait to get. Etrian Odyssey 5.
Yeah, because that one was great. If you haven't played Radiant Story, you should probably play Radiant.
And Alliance Alive. With a demo for Etrian Odyssey 5.
When is Radiant Historia supposed to be coming out anyway?
Don't know. I could look it up, but I'm in the middle of the news segment.
Get it together.
Apparently there's a demo for Etrian Odyssey 5 out. And then Minecraft on 3DS is out. Wait a minute, what is this? Oh, new, colored Pokemon 2DS XLs. We've got the Creamsicle.
All right, I'm
Should
gonna
go
start
well.
saying things that are gonna be incongruous out of context. So carry on.
Yay! It's gonna get weird.
But I thought it was kind of like weird that I just bought my 2DS and there's like a new color one. But I was like, whatever, dude. It doesn't look as cool as my blue and or teal and black, so whatever. I don't care. Yeah. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which I already talked about.
Early 2018.
Yeah.
So,
Let's see. What else? What else? What else? Kelp Dome apparently is coming to what? What? Something Splatoon 2? Whatever. Lindis for Fire Emblem Warriors. Snipper Clips. Bunch of
say
new content.
clips.
Yeah, Snipper Clips.
I'm
a
just
game
making
where you,
stuff
like,
up.
overlap shapes and you snip them into different shapes to get objectives done. It's a puzzle game. Oh wait, and a new Snipper Clips Plus with new stages and stuff. DLC, yeah. A local multiplayer shooter called Morpheus. So like the more you kill, the bigger you grow. So like, you know, if you're doing terrible, you'll be small and hard to shoot, but if you're doing good, you'll be large and very easy to shoot.
It wasn't just that though. It was like you could shoot people's body parts and they would change size.
It just sounds weird.
Rocket League coming to the Switch with special Nintendo themed cars. Oh, holiday season. Dragon Quest Builders on Switch in 2018 with a Switch exclusive Saber Cup. And then Kirby Star Allies will be out in spring 2018.
Yay! Yay! I don't know what game that is, but it has Kirby in it, so it must be good.
And then a MOBA called Arena of Valor from Tencent will be coming this winter. And we talked about Skyrim on November 17th. And we also talked about Wolfenstein 2 and Doom. Arcade Archive stuff. So Versus Super Mario Brothers, Balloon Fight, Ice Climber, Pinball, Clue Clue Land, and Punch Out. Starting on the 27th with Mario Brothers. And Project Autopath Traveler. Yeah, and like the weird style that they're calling it 2D HD, which is weird, but whatever. So yeah, that's coming out next year. I can't wait. And Super Mario Odyssey with the hardware bundle on October 27th. Ah, can't wait. Also some wedding style amiibo figures because money, dear boy, money.
I have those ordered.
There was a TGS thing that happened too. I mean, we're not going in order here. I'm just going off of like what I can remember. That was like the big stuff that we haven't talked about. So you know, after this, I'll go back to see what was blah 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 blah, or news for the week. Blah 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 blah. I actually watched the stream, but like the only two things I can remember are like Zone of the Enders and Gungrave VR, because I was looking forward to like VR stuff, and those like two of the big things.
There was a bunch of like Earth Defense Force type things.
There was a lot of Earth Defense Force. It was weird. There's also this Virtual On Kawaii. It's not called Virtual On Kawaii Edition. I just saw it and it looked like Kawaii, and I was like, wow, this is Virtual On Kawaii. But then it was in Japan, and I was like, is this coming to the West? I don't know. Sega, please don't do this to me.
They're going to do it to you.
Monster Hunter World got a release date.
Woo!
January 27th?
Like, Capcom is going to do big releases in
26.
January now.
So it should be a fun time.
Am I taking the middle orb?
You are, because
Okay.
you need to. Otherwise, it's just going to get lost in the fray. But yeah, it's coming out in January, which is only a few months away, and then we finally get our Monster Hunter back on consoles that people actually play, because I don't believe in the Wii. So yeah, it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a fun time. Everyone should get it. Drop in, drop out co-op, man. Everyone should get it.
And if you pre-order, you get the suite, or at least digitally. I think in the digital deluxe edition, I'm not sure, but whatever. There's like two different skins you get. One is like the classic armor, which is cool because it's from the first game. And then one is samurai armor, which is like, oh, samurai armor. Who doesn't love samurai armor? So yeah.
I don't believe in digital pre-orders, so I have to go to the store and pre-order it, but, you know, that's life.
So yeah, I'm totally getting pre-ordering that for that sweet samurai armor.
Start allies.
So there's a game that has the artist of the MGS series working on it.
Left
from
Alive.
Square Enix, yeah, Left Alive. Got
And
announced.
Mechas.
I think they're doing like a show of it soon, actually, because I just saw a tweet about it. But they teased it yesterday.
TGS is actually this weekend, and that was just the pre-TGS thing. So
Yeah. So they're like, they just teased it, but apparently it's like a third-person action survival shooter in the Front Mission universe or some nonsense like that.
See, it's funny because like I was watching that trailer and then like I saw some mechs at the end and I was like, and I knew it was Square Enix because they showed the Square Enix logo before that. And I was like, Front Mission, is RPG gonna finally get it? Is RPG? And like it wasn't that, and I was like, oh, sorry, RPG, maybe next time. But nice, it's in the universe.
From Software is
so,
the one that made Armored Core, so it's not the same developer.
Yeah, but they didn't have a developer at the beginning of this trailer. It just said Square Enix. I was like, oh, what's
Yeah,
this?
but Square Enix doesn't do that. That's from Software.
Oh,
They don't.
my bad. Different company. Let's see. We talked about Monster Hunter World already,
Yikes.
so no reason to talk about that. I mean, there's a Pro, I think, coming out for that as well, but it's already sold out, so yeah.
yeah,
I was about to say,
It's already
that
done.
kind of stuff does not take long.
They should have new Shadow of the Colossus trailer. It still looks amazing.
Is it sexy?
Yes, it is.
Now to never play it because I can't. I'm sorry, guys. I just get all teary when I'm like murdering giant colossi, and they're just like, "You guys didn't do anything to me," and it's like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I'm
If
murdering
I'm
you."
not mistaken, they shot first, so they deserved it.
No, because half the time you're just going in their environment and they're just like chilling, and you're just like, "Oh, what's this? A new friend?" And then you know, stabby, 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 stabby. It's like, "Oh, he is."
Yeah,
he's
that
not my new
is
friend.
definitely not how that goes down RPG. There's
That
no,
is exactly
there's
how
no
that goes
friendship
down.
protocol engage. Let me give you a
There
handshake.
it is. Because he's just like, "Here, let me play the song of my people," and then you're all like, "Let me just stab you in your face real quick, in your glowy spot."
He's like, well, this is not friendly at all. And then you continue to stab him in his glowy spots, and it's like, I don't think this guy wants to be my friend. I should probably defend myself. Oh, nope, he's still stabbing me in my glowy spot. Yep, I'm dead. And then, yeah, that's pretty much how that game goes. Because you're a jerk. Murdering them when they're just minding their own business.
Final Fantasy 9 also was shown in that trailer. It was like, oh man, Final Fantasy 9's coming. They skipped over 8, but I don't care because I love 9. Woo! And then yeah, it was already there. It was like on the store. It's like they're like I'm sorry, I'm gonna get excited again. They're like, it's on the store now, at least in Japan. And then like a couple, like not that long later, it's on the US store. I almost bought it then, but I was like, let me sleep on it because I don't want to make a bad financial decision, even though it's like $16. But yeah, anyway, moving on. Zone of the Enders, the second runner, remastered with VR support. So, they took
I'm super excited for that.
Tropical, you better not be. And then they're like, let's put some VR in it, and let's 4K
Can't support them.
Yeah,
Not until we get Zone of the Enders 3. The region of the finishers.
The more mech VR games we buy, the sooner the Gundam game comes out.
Right, Tropical.
Well, we don't want Gundam, we want Voltron. You're doing it wrong.
If it has to be like $5 on the Flash, I'll sure. But until then, Konami getting my money. And then new Dissidia trailer with Noctis in it at the very end. It's like, oh, Noctis is in it. Who's surprised? Whatever.
I mean, that would be fine if that game was not awful, but still, I mean, it's fine because people enjoy fighting games, and sometimes they enjoy awful fighting games. So have fun with that.
And then they
Have fun
showed
with that.
Dragon's Crown on PS4. And then at some point in the trailer, it was all in Japanese. Tropic wasn't around to translate it, so I have no idea if this is like how this is.
When you need them.
But there was like a DualShock and a Vita and like the PS4, so it looked like you could play on the PS3, PS4, and the Vita together. But I'm not sure, so who knows? Maybe we'll find out
Way to not be
later.
there when we need you, Tropical. Way to not be there when we need you.
But it does look pretty, and man, Vanillaware, I love their work. And there was some like weird thing they showed where like you can be in this. I'm not sure if this is coming to Japan because it's called the Japan Studio VR Music Festival. So like you're in this thingy in VR, and it's like this little theater, and like you see the game playing, but there's like this orchestra in front of you, and they're like playing the music to the game. So that's kind of cool, but I have no idea if it's coming to the US. And it showcased Gravity Rush in the trailer, so we'll see. We'll see if we get that. Something called the Neko Itsume.
No, there was too much happening. I tried to clear out the area, but there was too much.
Something about cats in VR, so yeah. If you're a fan of cats, there you go. There was some other stuff I think, but that's all that's on this article. Oh yeah, this didn't talk about Gungrave. Gungrave's in it too, but yeah, so that's the thing. Looking forward to that in VR as well. So yeah, this article's all not got all the stuff in it with F. Whatever. Where'd it go, Jin? Yeah. Let's just move right along to other headlines of the week, because I can't leave any other big news. So if it happened, it happened, and I don't remember.
So there's this weird story that's going on right now where some Switch hackers found
Golf.
an emulator on the Switch console hidden in the firmware, and it only seems to emulate one game, the NES Golf, and it's supposed to be, it has motion controls and stuff enabled, and so people are like, well, that's cool, but how do you get it? How do you unlock it? And so a few days later, I guess people have dug into it more, and I guess so the prevailing theory now is that it is a tribute to Satoru Iwata, because that was the first game that he programmed. And it apparently only unlocks on the date that he died, July 11th. And so the tricky part, so there's two tricky parts to unlocking it. One is that you cannot trick the Switch into believing that it's another date. The first time the Switch connects to the internet, it sort of like locks in the date, so it knows when it is. And so you can't just switch the clock on the Switch to July 11th to try this thing. So there's that. The second thing is that in order to unlock the game, you have to do that motion that Satoru Iwata did during the Nintendo Directs. That meant like direct to you. And you have to like... Yep. You have to do that motion with the two Switch controllers in order to activate the game.
So otherwise, I won't let you do that.
But yeah, you can't, like, it can't be tested right now because it's not July 11th. Unless you have a console that hasn't connected to the internet.
Weird.
The Final Fantasy 15 Comrades multiplayer got a release date. October 31st.
I'm not paying for it, but yay!
You get to make your own avatar and everything with the new powers and new magic.
The new Tomb Raider movie has gotten a trailer. I saw it. I don't know, dude. It's like it's. I don't think it looks bad. It's just like I look at it and like, you know, I just wish there was like a way to like put Lara's face on the lady actor's like neck, because it like I look at it and it's like that's not Lara. And then also like because of like the nature of the game, it just is like so unreal. And then like I just can't believe it's like just it's too out there for me to be like, because yeah, man, she does a lot of things and it's like that's not realistic at all. And then it's like now it's a movie form and it's like a live action version of that. It's just like, yeah, that is not possible. I mean, maybe you could survive from that fall, but I don't think so. But whatever. So, But like the face is just throwing me off every time. I'm just like, that's not Lara. That's that lady. That is that lady from Jason Bourne. That's not the same Lara. That's not Lara Croft at all. What else? What else? What else? Something thingies. Yeah. News. Oh, apparently Fortnite had cross-platform play between PS4 and Xbox One for like a while, and then Epic was like, "Whoops, whoa, we made a mistake," and they turned it off. So apparently, it might not even be up to the flipping platform holder to like enable that. And then Epic's like, "Oh, it was an error. It was an error." It's like, and now the internet's not letting this one go. I don't think, because it just took one spark, and then like we all want the walls to come down, really, because it's like at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Like, I mean, I don't even play PvP anymore. But I could have some more co-op people helping me out all the time, which I'd prefer. Just saying. Because sometimes I just need a warm. I just need some warm bodies, not just one, because that's weird. But you know, have like a full team of warm bodies that like know what they're doing and get stuff done.
I think Paranoid usually gets the most skulls. My experience.
What else? 2K18. That game starts with a D. Nope, not talking about that. Oh, so yeah, for Monster Hunter Infinite DLC. So I think we have the full roster, maybe? I'm not sure, but apparently Monster Hunter and Black Widow have joined the DLC roster. Who else is on it? Black Panther, Sigma, and yeah, that is, I think, maybe all of them, but yeah. No mutants, so I could really care less about the game. Sorry, Marvel and Capcom, but yeah, can't do that. Oh, no more new content for Battleborn. Apparently it's being abandoned, so goodbye, Battleborn, new content.
We barely knew ye.
There was some video that Blizzard put out about the Overwatch community that was pretty interesting, even it being toxic, and how they just like ban like it wasn't exactly 500,000 users, but it's like 480,000, which is like you might as well just round it up, dude. And like yeah, and they're like, you know, we want to focus on making content for the game, but we've been focusing on policing the community, and you guys need to stop being terrible people and not make us waste resources on policing the community. So that was interesting. But it makes me glad I don't play PvP games anymore. So yeah, and shows that, you know, some things never change, and some, like we talked about that one time, you know, some people just want to watch the world burn no matter what.
On fire.
Also kind of sad that Blizzard's got to be like, whoa dudes, chill out in a video addressed to fans. Apparently there's some like offensive imagery item in Destiny 2 that's been removed.
Yeah, it got flagged as being a meme, but that meme was co-opted by hate groups, I guess. So they're like, whoops.
It's like, we don't want that.
Oh, apparently, you know, victory for core gamers because they're back on top. Suck it, we play. Grand Theft Auto 5 is now the best-selling game of all time. At least physical copies sold, so you know. I mean, that being said, we play never sold physical copies, so ha 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 ha, suck it. And we're back on top. Core gamers, it is, you know. It only took, you know, however many years. But Grand Theft Auto 5, I think it's like 60 million copies. Let me look at this real quick to make sure how many. It's a lot of effing copies of game. What is the amount? Jeez, Grand Theft Auto 5 has now been on the market 49 months and has received 41 top 10 chart appearances, 16 more than any other single title in reported history.
Oh my, that's like years.
That is 3. Well, no, yeah, months. If it was 3 more months, that's like a month for every week in a year. How many units? Where's that? Second best-selling game.
Like 1,000. I'll do the inside.
It doesn't say. What? It just says
I've been talking.
The best-selling game.
It just seems incongruous to everyone.
Oh
Yeah.
no, he has to explain to them that he's crazy.
Let's see. In addition, Grand Theft Auto 5 is the all-time best-selling game by both revenue and units tracked, or units in tracked sales across PC, console, and portable, with digital and packaged combined.
All right.
Yeah, NPDs, but nobody cares about those.
I do. I love the MPDs.
Okay, fine. Top 10 for August. So you've got. I'll start at the bottom. I think this is the bottom. Overwatch, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, Call of Duty, Warfare Remastered, Mario Kart 8, Rainbow Six Siege, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Splatoon 2, Uncharted Lost Legacy, Grand Theft Auto 5, and Madden 18. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Madden and Grand Theft Auto just, you know, hey, what's up, guys? Still on top in August. Oh, what year is it? Oh. I think the Switch was the best-selling console. Yeah, the Switch was the best-selling console. It doesn't say what the other two were compared to it. So yeah.
Yay, Nintendo, back on top again. They should make it so you can have like 10 people in a fire team for raids.
World of Warcraft's 40 people raids.
Oh my. That would be chaotic. But hilarious.
Let's see. There's a camouflage PS4 bundle for Call of Duty World War II
Dog.
coming out. Oh, there it is. Toxic players are slowing down Overwatch's development. We already talked about it, so whatever.
Sun.
And stuff about the Nintendo Switch Direct. We already talked about it, so no big deal. Uncharted 4 and Last of Us co-director Bruce Straley leaving Naughty Dog after 18 years.
Cup.
So that happened.
Sun.
Cup.
Moon.
It's
I don't know what's happening, but I belong now.
it's a
Sun.
Disney 2 raid thing. You'd have
Oh.
to, you have to see.
Because I thought we were just naming random things. I was like, okay, I can do this. This is fine. You know, Tekken, once we eventually end up with Destiny 2, we're going to have to learn the raids all over again.
What are you talking about? I already know the raids. I've watched streams of them. There's only like one
Wow.
part I don't know, which is the whole dog room, but it's. I'm sure it can be easily explained. It's just Destiny. All you do is shoot things with guns anyway. So there's that much to it.
Theory, yeah, but I mean,
As long as
you have to like,
your power level's up, you're fine.
I don't know. I don't know.
Besides, I'm not getting Destiny 2 anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Of course you are,
Yeah, I'm not.
but
Never.
it's just going to be later on once the complete edition happens.
We already talked about that thingy. Oh, apparently that game company is the Flower Flow Journey people that made that game. Those games.
Alien Scarf Monster peoples.
Their next game is called Sky, and it's coming first to Apple TV and iPhones. Hopefully, it comes to consoles eventually, because I don't own Apple products. So yeah, guess I'll have to wait. Hopefully,
Whatever
comes
it
out.
may be.
I don't know, man. If it's coming to TV, it's basically a mobile game,
Ooh,
which means it's
burn.
trash.
Double burn. But as long as I can play it on a modern RPG, that means it could eventually come to PS4. Because I need to have it on a monitor to play it, so, you know. It's not like it's using any functionality that's not on a PS4, as far as I know. Oh, Kami HD! That got confirmed for PS4 and Xbox One and PC, so I am looking forward to that too, because that was the other one of like, yay Capcom, even though you're kind of sketchy sometimes, you do the thing where you, yeah, you're doing the thing where you're currently just pooping out the old stuff, but your old stuff is really good poop, so I will take it.
Oh my.
Kind of gross.
That is kind of gross.
Because, you know, sometimes I get angry at Capcom, it's like, Capcom, I can't afford a new one of these. RPG was new, Onimusha. I want a better Street Fighter 5, or, you know, why can't we get Third Strike? You know, why do you gotta put Ultra Street Fighter 4 out? We've had enough Street Fighter 4. We've got like 5 versions of that game. Third Strike, dude.
We really do.
On
we really
PS4,
do.
because
Axes.
it's a better product, in my opinion, or a game, whatever. But no, we didn't get that. But then you like Akami HD, and it's like, okay, we're cool, we're cool this year because you did that. And the next year, it's like, well, where the F is Deep Down? What happened to Deep Down? I still want Deep Down. I want answers. I know
Deep
it
down,
exists.
you still want deep down.
It's out there somewhere. It was the game that made it. It was the first current gen game I saw before it was current gen that made my erogenous zone flare up, and I was like, PS4.
When I think about you, I touch myself.
Oh yeah, the PewDiePie thing. We didn't talk about the PewDiePie thing. So apparently, PewDiePie, whatever, however you pronounce that dude's name,
It's PewDiePie.
that guy. That's not how it's spelled. That's weird. Anyway, PewDiePie said the N-word while streaming, and then Firewatch. Or he apologized after the fact or whatever. He's like whatever stupid excuse he said about it, and then a developer for Firewatch was like, well, we're gonna use a DMCA or Digital Millennium Copyright Act, I believe is what that stands for, to take down his playthrough of our game for that, and we're never gonna let him play through any of our games again. Or he got on this whole like high horse. He got his torches out of like, yeah, developers, you got to team up against this guy. He's evil and corruptive and toxic and abusive or bad for the community. And then this is the whole thing of like choose a side. And then people were like, well, developers shouldn't be able to weaponize they shouldn't be able to weaponize the DMCA about that stuff, and you know, whatever. It's a blah blah blah, free speech, blah blah, all the stupid excuses and whatever. for terrible people that they use all the time when they do terrible things. And yeah, it was a whole thing. So that happened. Thanks PewDiePie for, you know, seeing us back however many years, because, you know, gaming the community can never have a flare up about racism, sexism, misogynism, all the good isms, homophobia, all that great stuff. We can't just go a year without, you know, someone not doing something stupid or not being cool. And
We're allowed to have nice things.
and
Going
yeah,
over this.
and yeah, and I guess it makes sense, you know, when Blizzard's like, we have 500,000 people we had to ban from our game. It's like, oh, because they watch PewDiePie and they're like, I can just call anybody the N-word, even if it doesn't apply to them, because who doesn't like to use hate speech? But then again, you know, we're in the darkest timeline, and you know,
Darkest
who cares
timeline.
about the facts, or you know, you can clearly have a good and a bad side, but there's great and not so great people on many sides, whatever. So yeah, that's where we're at. Darkest timeline. Oh yeah, the Nintendo Classic coming back like it's 1986, 5, 4, 3, one of those two. Or that was more than two, I'm sorry. One of those. I believe 1984? I think it's the year before I was born, so I think it's 84, maybe 83, whatever. But it's coming back. You know, last year was in production and like could not stay in stock. Flying off the shelves literally. And it's coming back. So I'm glad it is, because even though I didn't really want one, I kind of want one now if I can easily get one, and I am for sure wanting a Super Nintendo Classic because Star Fox 2 motherfuckers. I am all about the Team Star Fox. Even though I didn't get Star Fox Zero because it's on the Wii U, but that's a whole other thing. Whatever. It better come Switch, and I will get it if it does.
Cat. I don't.
Yeah, no. If I can easily find one, I'll definitely get one.
But you don't need any
Axes.
more stuff. You already have like plenty of games and stuff as it is.
RPG, it's the classics. You can't easily find the classics, and then like Nintendo doesn't even have their whole like virtual console thing sorted out. So it's like you don't even know what they're gonna do.
Dog.
So it's like, you know,
What a bother. But
that's
then
that's another reason I'm getting the SNES one, is because I think hold on, let me look up the thingy on the article. But I believe that's not going back into production until next year, or sometime next year, like after E3. So like we should know more about their virtual console strategy on the Switch after that by then. So then I can be like, oh, I don't need this, or I want to get it. So we'll see, because I don't need the NES one because I have like most of those games anyway. But it makes me feel super
SNES one is
nostalgic
cool.
and is very the ring of power to me of like my precious. I must have it.
oh dear.
Let's see. New shipments will start at an undisclosed date that Nintendo will announce later. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Nintendo. Wait, no, that's not it. Shipments of the SNES Classic were previously supposed to be cease by the end of this year, but Nintendo will continue to produce them into 2018. So yeah, I shouldn't have an issue getting the Super Nintendo Classic. Nintendo Classic is coming back, but they haven't said much about the details on that. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And you'd have to pay through the nose on eBay now. And then for the people that did, sorry, suckers. Not sorry.
He's not sorry.
What else is there? Man, a lot of stuff has happened since we haven't podcasted. Oh my goodness.
It's the sort of later half of convention season.
Oh yeah, L.A. Noire coming out again on the Switch 2 this time. So, you know, Cole Phelps and his detective
Dog.
style that can't really tell if you're lying, but yeah, doesn't matter anyway. Man, see, the problem with, okay, whatever. I played L.A. Noire and like I did kind of like, I fall on the like it side, but it's like I don't think it's a game that needs to be re-released. But you know, it was a very visually good-looking game, so I will be interested to see how the remaster looks. But that being said, I'm only going to pay so much for that one, so we'll see how much it is when it comes out.
Cup.
But it's also on the Switch, so therefore that'll be interesting to see how good it looks on that console. Actually, it gets the Switch tax because it's more on the Switch than it is on the other ones. Let me look this up.
Son.
Yeah, it's 40 on PS4 and Xbox One, and it's 50 on the Switch. So I am not going to get it when it comes out on November 14th. I will just wait for a nice price drop. But yeah, it's coming. So you know, if you never got around to playing it, it's worth checking out. It's a neat little game. Apparently the Destiny's 2 Curse of Osiris expansion is leaked, and it'll be taking players to Mercury. I don't know if there's a date on that as far as when it's coming out, but I believe...
That's dangerous. The sun's near there.
I believe, was it Dark Below that came out before? Yeah, Dark Below came out before House of Wolves, and that was like... Was it in December?
Yeah.
It was... I don't remember when it was, but it was, you know, it's a couple of months
Oh, you
later.
meant the expansion? Yeah, it was in December because the other one came out like in like April or March or some nonsense like that.
So yeah, according to the leaked details, Destiny 2 Expansion 1 Curse of Osiris continues your Guardian's journey with all new story missions and adventures in a new destination, Mercury. Journey through time and space to learn the secrets of Osiris. Ooh, time and space. Avert a dark future.
Space battles?
Yeah, right, RPG. But there's time travel, because it says avert a dark future and rebuilt the
Well.
and rebuild the tie. What? Rebuilt the tights between the legendary warlock and his greatest student, Ikor Ray. Ikor was his student, his disciple. Oh my goodness.
Oh, we already knew that.
It features exploring Mercury and its mysterious infinite forest, new story missions and adventures, new themed weapons, armor, and gear to earn, new cooperative activities, new competitive multiplayer arenas. So yeah.
Oh wait, Osiris was the warlock?
Yeah, he's the warlock dude for Trials of Osiris. That nobody knows what happens to him. He just
Well, I thought they were talking about the Egyptian god. I mean, everything was all Egypt themed, so it's very misleading. Very misleading.
Yes, the Egyptian god on Mercury.
Well, you know what I meant. I mean,
Because that's where the Egyptians went with their ancient advanced technology to build pyramids that harness the sun and power. Just kidding, that's not what happened.
actually, this all makes sense. This all makes perfect sense.
And then something went wrong, and then the Dark Ages happened, and then they went back to avert it, but they ended up in 2016, and they caused the darkest timeline. No.
That's sad.
Because they thought 2012, it's all gonna end. We gotta do something. Well, we can't. We can save it, but that means in 2016, really bad things happen, and then 2017 is terrible, and then yeah, that's what happened. So you know, the end of the world was averted, but at the cost of having bad things happen. But we still survived, or we still survived, but things are just terrible. So you know, that's how that happened.
We looked around and we asked ourselves, was it worth it?
A lot of stuff about PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, but I don't care about the game, so whatever. Apparently there's a final DLC for Neo coming out with slaying more yokai this month. Or, yeah, I guess this month. I think that should be an article from this month, I don't know. We'll see.
Get it together.
Chalice.
What else is in here? Man, so much stuff happened. Blizzard is building a esports arena for major competitions in LA. I'm sorry, they're not building one, but they're hosting competitions in a major esport arena, or just an arena in general, whatever.
Axes.
Oh no.
So, you know, moving on up with esports. Too bad I don't really play any of their games, but hey, yay for gaming and the subculture. So yay, cultural victory.
Chalice.
Like Civilization, but not. But kinda. But then whatever. I'm not gonna get into that whole tangent about culture. Whatever.
Chalice.
I'm just saying, because if you look at the Darkest Timeline, you could say, oh well, our side won the cultural victory. Well, where did that get us? Just saying. Just saying.
Did it though?
Yeah, it did. Because, well, whatever.
Hard to tell.
Oh, I talked about LA Noir coming. Oh, apparently LA Noir is coming to VR as well. So yeah.
Yeah, Tropical's super happy about it. It's like his favorite game from the last generation or some nonsense like that. He's weird.
Killer Instinct apparently is coming to Steam and let you play with Xbox One and Windows 10 players. Oh, if Travis Strikes Again does well, No More Heroes 3 may follow, according to Suda51.
Oh, so that's not No More Heroes 3?
Nope, it's not.
Well, that just destroyed my excitement. I feel so dirty.
There's a bunch of crap in here about Destiny 2 apparently, 'cause this is the Destiny 2 part of the news that I'm reading through. The Neverse apparently is dying and being taken away, and people are trying to preserve it. Or some people are. So, you know, have fun with that. %90 of Gearbox is working on what you want them to be working on, which I guess is Borderlands 3. Huh? But no
What if I don't want them to be working on that?
Well, you're gonna have to.
Because then that means they're lying.
You're gonna have to. I'm trying to think of an analogy where you eat something that you don't want to eat. Eat your vegetables on that one, because that's what I would like. So yeah.
I like vegetables.
Oh well, whatever you don't like to eat, that, or drink that.
I like everything.
Oh well, never mind then. Destiny 2. Games done quick. Resident Evil 7. Gold Edition announced for Japan. Getting repackaged.
They're trying to port Final Fantasy 15 to the Switch.
Are they? Because I saw.
But it's not working.
Yeah, their prototypes were not up to par.
Apparently, the Switch can't handle the engine because Nintendo, and they think they might have to like do a whole new engine just to get it to work. And I was like, hey, let's focus on other things because you got other games that need to come out. Because, you know, gave us lies for release dates, so you better keep them. You gotta keep them.
Did we talk about Dead Rising 4 at all? Because the Dead Rising 4 Frank's Big Package is coming to PS4 news thingy.
I think we did
On here.
on a previous show.
No more new news.
Because I remember.
Well, there was something about the Star Wars VR game that is coming on whatever. That's not a console, and it's like, F that crap.
Dog.
At least that's my opinion. Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah. Let's just say that's it, because there's a lot of crap here, and I'm not sure what we talked about last time we talked about news, or we did. So whatever. But yeah, that Star Wars thingy AR headset was like shown, I guess, and you can pre-order it and play HoloChess on it. $200. The Lenovo Mirage AR headset, lightsaber controller,
Dog.
and tracking beacon.
$200? Jeez.
Yeah, it's expensive. It is compatible with smartphones, including the iPhone 7 Plus, iPhone 7 or iPhone 7, 6S Plus, and 6, Samsung Galaxy S8, S7, and S7 Edge, Google Pixel, and Pixel XL. Yeah, it's my phone. And the Moto Z. More devices will be compatible in the future. So yeah, you fight other Star Wars villains with lightsabers, and you can also play HoloChess. That's a lot of stuff, not really, for $200. So yeah. Let's see. I guess I'll look through one more page of stuff, just in case. just in case, just in case. But yeah, the Dead Rising thingy is basically the last or the most newest Dead Rising game with all the DLC in it. So yeah.
For anybody who still plays Dead Rising, of course.
Yeah, we've already done this because there's a thingy on here that says the Half-Life 3 thingy that we talked about where they had the partial script or whatever, and then someone making a mod about it or whatever.
I told you we did, and you just didn't listen.
I was just double checking. I didn't want to leave our listeners hanging in case we like had some news on here that was nice and juicy to talk about. Yeah, because this is the part where we talk about the Yakuza studio making the Fist and Star game. And yeah. Okie dokie.
Bernard Choki.
Secret Man. Yep, Secret Man remake. Alright, we talked about this. Okay, we talked about this crap last. Or whenever we talked about it. So yeah, I guess we'll wrap it up. And stuff. Aimless Babbles, aimlesspodcast.com. Check us out. Facebook, Twitter. YouTube, MySpace, wherever, Google us. Maybe you'll find us, maybe you'll find something better. Who knows? Only you can enjoy the aimless awesomeness by looking us up. That was a take on the Only You Can Prevent Forest Fires by Smokey the Bear. Or, I guess not by Smokey the Bear, because he's a fictional character, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah, before we sign off, RPG, any last words to say?
Dog, chalice, cat, moon, chicken and waffles. I don't know. I'm assuming what some of these things are things, so we're okay.
Anything to say before we sign off, Tropical?
Good to be back.
All right, man. I had this outro like a couple weeks ago that was really good, and I can't remember what it was. So I'll just try to. I'm not gonna try to do one now. I'm just gonna do like a standard outro, but you know, in the future, I'd like to have a sweet outro. So you know. Aimless Babbles Z. Oh, yeah, that's right. Bushy, 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 bushy. So, you know, Aimless Babbles Z. Until you see or hear from us again. Aimless Podcast. And we're now signing off.